Echo.
Yeah, somebody kill your echo.
When you want to get off that darkest ground.
Asshats.
Hey, okay, I don't have.
Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers to see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down.
Yay!
Oh, this is gonna kill us tonight.
Wait a minute, from here I am, only 18 watching?
Oh, right.
Is that the case?
I don't know. Well, we are off schedule. We'll see what happens. Anyway, howdy all. We're
Hello.
yeah, we're
And Doorknob Head is starting early, I see.
uh-oh. I'm done. Lovely. All right. Well, good. At least we're all dressed for the occasion. All right. Well, good evening, all. Sorry for the shift of timing. We will be back to our regularly. A little early in the night for this. Yes.
Regularly scheduled stupid?
Yes, we will return with our regularly scheduled stupid at our regular
Is it
day
full
and
this
time.
time?
Well, it was. That's got to be good enough. Anyway, yeah. Next week back to Friday nights, but it's our Saturday night party. What could be better?
Yeah, well, we're up to 31 now, so that's not bad.
Yeah, we're like I say, we're off schedule.
Sai, look
Things
at the
happen.
chat. Guess who's
Yeah.
back?
Who's back? I don't know. Who's back?
Andy.
Andy? Andy? Our Andy?
Yes.
Our Andy! Andy, hi!
Andy, why are you not in here?
Andy, my friend. Nice. Alrighty. Well, great. Thanks, Tornado. I that scrolled by while I was doing other stuff and things over here. All right. Well,
Shall I throw him a bone?
he's actually. I think he's. Yep. He heard us. Cool. Shirley. Oh wait, no. Bo.
Do not call me Shirley.
Are you okay, Si?
Okay. Count how many of these movie nights we've done, and then ask yourself that question. See how that works out.
Yeah, I mean, why do we subject not only ourselves but the people who are willfully ignorant as to what is going to be happening? How much stupid they're getting exposed to?
I just did a plug for this show about an hour ago. Let's see if that person survives. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's Lisa for Truth. Please check out my channel. Yes, check out Lisa for Truth's channel. I myself.
That would be a good idea.
Yep, I myself watch it on a regular basis. And hey, that's an early plug. Oh, wait a minute. That means it's time to bring on the pug.
No.
All right,
Not getting out of that.
save
Not getting out of
everybody.
this that easy, Sai.
Oh,
All right.
What's new?
I don't know. All right. Anyway, oddly enough, I really have nothing. I have nothing for housekeeping tonight. Does anybody have any announcements they want to make before we start? Not, the regular plug stuff. Save those for the end.
well, we just want to make sure that everybody knows that this is housekeeping, right?
Well, but it's not housekeeping because I don't have anything to show. It isn't.
Actually, it's
It's a tradition.
Say something.
Is announcing that there is no housekeeping actually, does that come under the heading of housekeeping?
Yes, it does.
Oh no, not again!
Forgot to. You sounded like
Sticks and scams.
for a minute there. A tornado sounded like Cleveland in Family Guy. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
All right, but briefly
I
then,
need to see that more.
housekeeping. There is no housekeeping.
Oh yeah. No, wait, Sai, you have to play the new addition to the whole thing.
No, I don't. Anyway, don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. All will be revealed. Anyway, all
No,
right.
Scott, you're not going to do that. That's Karis's bailiwick.
Okay.
Why would you wick Bailey? It's much easier just to drink it. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it does not. All right. Well.
Okay, slap me down.
These things happen. All right. Anyway, and I'm not really sure what I was referring to when I said these things happen. Okay. I thought I heard whispering. I freaking hate whispering. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not big. Neither am I.
Well, actually, I should clarify. I hate whispering when it comes from anyone other than Jen, Diana, Karis, Tornado, Bo, Pig, or RJ.
No, doorknob head, I do not.
When anybody,
You mean those voices in your head you're talking about?
when anybody other than those people does it, I just.
Which ones? Sorry.
Alrighty. Anyway, you know what? Let us.
I have something to say.
Oh.
Speaking of voices in my head, I've had a new one.
Yeah.
That yells at me now. It's interesting.
I thought that was Jared.
No. This one just calls me a disgusting pig.
Oh, all right. We'll try. Don't be bullied by that voice. You know, we don't support bullying here. You tell that voice to shut the hell up. Alrighty. Okay. Well, let's. Do we mention there was a last time? There was going to be just a brief news segment at the end of at the beginning of each show, and we have kind of a good one this time, which I don't think anybody will object to.
What you got going, dude?
Let's see here. Here we go. Hey, look, it's the news. It's the news screen.
Oh boy!
I like the news screen.
Is
All
that
right.
tiny square supposed to be what we're looking at?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
There-
God.
There's going to be a wall of text in that little window, and if anyone is unable to read all, there will be a test later. Anyway. No, there will not be any such.
I'm actually blind.
There will be no such foolishness. Relax. Anyway, all right.
It looks alive.
Isn't it frightening? All right, you should see me in person. It's more
It
frightening.
looks a bit red. I want it to be purple because.
Well, I'm planning to, Sai, on the 6th of July.
Indeed. All righty. Let us get on to.
That's on what Starfield is on the screen.
All right. Yes, absolutely. We will, Karis. If we're done babbling over each other, let us get to the news.
Make it purple.
This week, knock it off. This week's news.
Get my whip if I have
This week's news. Y'all know I do have a mute button over here, right? Anyway, all right. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, news of the week.
to. Mute side.
Indeed. This one's kind of.
I can't.
This is kind of a serious one. Why don't we get serious for a second?
Yeah, let's get serious for just a little bit.
Yeah. This week, the 300 block of East Street, Southwest, on Wednesday was officially renamed Hidden Figures Way to honor women who, in the words of NASA's current administrator, at the time were not celebrated. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, Senator Ted Cruz, D.C. Council Chairman Phil Mendelson, and Margot Lee Shetterly, who wrote the book Hidden Figures, unveiled the Hidden Figures Way street sign at a dedication ceremony Wednesday, June 12th, at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. The designation honors Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, Barry Jackson, and all women who have dedicated their lives to contributing to the space program of the United States. Now, we have a little video all set up just for that.
Oh boy, I want to make sure that I have the screen.
Okay,
Barry's saying that my volume is low. No, I just speak quietly.
Your volume is fine, sweetness.
She's a quiet unicorn.
This is really how I speak.
Indeed. Sounds fine to me. Anyway, hold on one second. And, yeah, we have a... Here, this is the one. Let me get that. Yeah, that's the one indeed. Coming up, coming up.
Doorknob head.
Now
What
what?
is that doing now?
We can never trust it.
Look, I'm turning red.
Now people are telling me my volume is low.
I don't know. Over here, everybody's volume sounds fine. Anyway, here. Sorry, it took a second to cue this up. It was behind 50 other windows. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's see what we have here.
Turn off your porn.
He has to have IQ somehow.
Oh, it's just music? Oh. Yes!
Oh my.
Go Gemini!
That was Mercury.
That was Mercury Atlas, you asshole. Hey.
Oh.
Did we not see a Mercury? Sorry, a Gemini?
No, that was the
No,
Atlas.
there was, as a matter of fact, there was very probably a May 6.
Well, okay, fair enough. I will not claim that I am a total geek. So, I will take it on my shoulder.
Is about taking off our blinders and recognizing the contributions of the unseen individuals who were there at the beginning of the story and whose persistence and whose courage have delivered us to where we are today.
This is a monument that you can do anything. Thank you to all of us.
I know.
Ew.
Well, there we go.
I'm glad
Yay!
the Zodiac Killer is still around.
It is
I was
my
wondering what happened to him.
it is my understanding, I believe, that John Glenn held those three in very, very, very high regard.
Heck, was he the one that said he wasn't going into space if any one of them were not? Who said that?
Yeah, that was Glenn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Glenn. Yeah.
Yeah. She's not on
He
the.
wanted to know what her opinion was before he would go. He could care less about everybody else.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I think that's a pretty significant thing. There are folks that should be recognized because they did a hell of a lot, and we wouldn't be where we are today, and tomorrow would be in question if not for their efforts. I was kind of impressed. Anyway, all right. Well, let's see. Oh, that was a great video. We didn't have to debunk it at all. I think this was a great show.
That's a good thing.
All right. So
No, you're not getting off that easy, Sai.
God damn it!
Oh, and by the way, oh my.
All right.
Giggity.
All right. Anyway, let's see. Tonight we have some wonderful feature videos by. Our choices are from CC, Spirit
AKA the asshole who's not the guy with the caterpillar eyebrows.
Spirit Science, and Hoven the Elder, of course. What?
Space Cadets.
Indeed. What could possibly be better than that?
Yeah, the person who runs the channel, End the Conspiracy, desperately wants to see Hoven.
Indeed.
And the
I know hitting your
conspiracy.
head with a ball-peen hammer is better than Hoven.
Also, I'd like to point
We've
out
done
that
enough of this. I don't know. Are we immune to all this shit by now? Or,
One would hope, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, that's
I'd like to point out something magical.
Go ahead.
A prominent flat earther whose name may or may not be Patricia. How do you say it?
Patricia? What?
Patricia Steer.
Steer, yeah, she disappeared. No more channel. Another one bites the dust.
Oh!
Done.
We don't know the reason, so let's.
And I'm sorry, I could get it.
The channel's gone. That's all that matters.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that. Let's hope it's not for any bad reasons like illness or anything of that sort. But
We all wish that it is because she woke up to the actual reality of life, reality of the Earth.
Yeah, that would be a good reason. Yeah. I'm good for
now,
that.
Sai, I do have something to add on that. I guess you could say Patricia got a bum steer.
What's that? Crickets.
All right, crickets.
Damn it, Sai, come on.
Well, I didn't think that would be coming this early. God damn it. All right, there, Dan.
Did you see that NASA let out a video that is supposed to put conspiracy theories to rest about the moon landing?
Oh no!
You know they'll never give up.
They won't.
No, that's
no, there's a lot of them.
Even
they just know it.
Yeah, even if the unthinkable would happen, where they take all the biggest of the flat earthers and ferry them to the moon and show them the moon, and they were allowed to walk on it, take some samples home with them, ferry them back, they would still not believe it, or they would just be shunned.
All right,
I would much rather that they ferry the flat earthers to the moon and leave them there.
Okay. Hey, from the chat, we've got a couple of important things. One from MathPig. This one's significant. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. There you go. And Lisa for Truth with a very important one. Stop dawdling and spin the wheel.
Yeah, you might have a point there, Lisa.
Hey, look, there's Tao. Hi, Tao.
Hi, Tao.
Very nice.
Okay.
Perfect cue.
Well done. I agree. All right. Well, let's bring up the wheel and see how we lose tonight.
So do I get to make the incantation as always?
Why don't you proceed, Tornado?
Will do.
Without that.
Wheel of misfortune, turn, turn, turn. Show us the idiot that we should burn. Spin it.
Not patch.
Tornado warning.
No. We'll see. All right.
This wheel is still
pure
it's still defective.
Indeed. All right. Anyway. So. All right. Well, I guess the Wheel of Misfortune has made its choice, and let us unfortunately watch this one. So the wheel's not still moving, you're saying? All right.
The wheel is not moving. God. It is glued to that spot.
God damn it. All right. So shall
I. Speaking of things and stuff, MathPig appears to be naked.
What the hell? Wait, we try to run a decent show here. We've got people running around naked. Unbelievable. Problem solved.
Yay!
All righty. Thanks for pointing that out. We definitely don't want any indecency.
It's to my pleasures. Good.
No. Cece is that one asshole who loves to sit in his car. Unfortunately, he's neither the black, bald asshole or the asshole with the bushy caterpillar eyebrows. So... Yes, that was a nod to the person known as D Marble and that other guy with the bushy caterpillar eyebrows whose name escapes me.
Oh, look at that. The shills are... What the hell? It's like...
I'm suddenly all self-conscious about my eyebrows.
Yeah. My. Sorry, the shills, but it's not... It's not Hogan's tonight, but...
Yeah.
We try our best.
Alas. I can't believe we're sorry that it's not Hovind. That's disturbing in the extreme.
Those words hurt my head. Sai, when you do that, please say whether it's Eric or Kenty Boy.
Well, I'm sorry.
One hurts more than the other.
I'm sorry, Bo. Did you say you want me to go get Eric to join the panel? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, yes, get Eric to join the panel so that way I can...
You wait here. You wait here. I'll go get him. Don't worry about a thing.
That's it. I'm leaving.
It's
All right.
About a 14-hour drive.
Let's see.
I've been on movie night for way too long. What in the world's going on?
You don't.
Hey, sweetie, hi.
Andy, I gotta warn you. I'm not sure if you remember, but there's gonna be some stupid.
Oh, crap! That's what I said.
That is what your dog warned about.
and
Right.
and
At least
that
let me get the dog over here then.
I know you really weren't used to it before.
yeah.
You better get used to it now, because we're dealing with some extreme stupid today. Are you familiar with the...
Dougie, wait, it's a Dougie.
Wait a minute.
Dougie! I want to see Dougie. Is that a German Shepherd?
All right, here, let's.
I think it's American.
Hey, Andy, that looks like a German Shepherd.
She is.
Sweet, but no pointy ears, right?
Oh no, her ears never stood up. Rescue that I got her from, they saved her from a kennel that was going to put her down because she wasn't breeder worthy due to her not standing up.
Oh my! You got the.
I shipped her from Missouri to Colorado so she could come live with me, and why wouldn't you? I mean, she's freaking adorable.
Have her back. Have her back. You're on the big screen. Bring Dougie back. You're on the big screen, Andy.
Dougie.
All right, other dog.
And Eddie,
hey, look at this now.
That's the basement lab.
It did look like the shepherd wasn't a thoroughbred either. I mean, there was some light
That one
colors.
looks like a collie.
Thoroughbred,
It does,
that's
yeah.
a horse.
That one looks like Colin.
A horse.
All right, you know, I would not be unhappy if the entire show were just seeing cool doggies like this.
Too bad I don't have a camera so that I can show off my cool doggy and know that it's not a euphemism.
And then have and then have Furball in here too, doing the same.
Yeah,
and
sure.
a pig doing the same. Wow, that would be cool. Have a
So
dog show.
Can we just say that it would not be the best in show, but it would be the best in stupid?
All right. We could. I mean, hell, we could say anything. We probably have. All right. Let's see if we can find that video.
By the way, sorry if my comment appeared a bit racist.
Yeah, we should have.
What? Racist?
Yeah.
You mean the thoroughbred one? Don't worry. That's it. Shut up. Just anyway.
Moving on.
Indeed. All right.
You didn't get into trouble, so you're trying to make sure you do.
Yes, absolutely. It's like wait a minute, so I didn't yell at me. I better do something different. All right, so.
I wish other people would do that.
All right, we've got.
I'll do that or whatever.
Let's see.
Someone didn't clean their beard, I think.
Don't look at me.
From dinner.
Karis, did you?
Sorry.
Can we get on with the show, please?
Oh, Puffalopagus did not get. Oh heck, Puffalopagus did not get the link. Heck.
The dog missed a spot.
Let me rectify that.
By giving him one, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I was thinking. Something just like that.
Are you suggesting that someone did it instead of you? Or?
Oh, do you have contact, Bo? Would you mind?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
No. So yes.
Is it? Shit.
Did that make any sense?
Yeah. Sort of. No. No.
3, 2, 1. It has now been sent to Puffalopagus.
He's got it
on Discord.
Yay.
Yep.
All righty. You just baffled me with your no. So yes. Anyway. All right. So.
What do you mean no? I said yes. Oh wait, no. Let's move on.
Hello.
Yeah. All right.
No, not that again.
Hello.
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 Get on with the damn show, please.
All right.
Piss on boots.
Piss on boots. Oh yeah, Factard agrees.
I would never do that unless they were willies.
What? Keep your willy in your pants. Here we go.
No willies. Jeez. Willies. You know the.
Wellington.
Actual rubber boots.
Yeah, Wellingtons. I know what that.
All right. I thought something else. I don't know what happened here. All right. Anyway, the title of this fabulous thing we're about to watch
Red Wing Boots
is "We Are Not Spinning, but Scientists Think Differently on Our Flat Earth."
Wait, what?
You couldn't make this.
It makes no sense.
You couldn't make this stuff
I
up.
think you need to repeat that.
Really?
Because that was no. That did not make sense. Oh wait. We're fine.
Okay, all right. Let's give that statement some thought, Bo. All right. We will, yeah. So, here it comes, and, yeah.
We're sorry.
Pretty much.
No, we're not.
Oh, look, he's driving around while playing with his cameras and broadcasting and crap again.
Morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's June 12th, 2019.
Puffalopicus is in.
It's
a little low.
Yeah, the
Fahrenheit
a little shitty. Can we do something about that?
Well, we've got the driving noise. We're gonna have to just crank it up so we get the original effect. And
If you could do that. Yeah.
first, Puffalopicus has joined us. Puffalopicus, would you mind doing a mic check, please, so we can make sure we hear you?
Hello. I actually stole my wife's Yeti tonight, so.
A nice sound, working good.
Oh, I was almost expecting you to have said something besides Yeti. Okay, it's okay.
Alrighty. Bo, what you got?
Yeah, since he has this shitty audio because he's driving at the same time, we should probably mute while we play that video because we need every ounce of his stupidity. And we can't hear it. Just if somebody just sneezes in the background, that their audio will overpower his video.
I know exactly what you're saying, but I was kind of thinking the opposite. Like the less of his,
so was I.
the less of his crap we hear, the better. But anyway, all right. Well, let's see what we got. I jacked up the volume a little bit. There'll be some road noise, but hell, that's what happens when one of you fine people calls me on Discord while I'm driving in Bob the Wonder Jeep. You have to listen to something similar. So, all right.
But the one time you talked to me live in real life, you weren't driving in Bob the Wonder Jeep. You were driving in a freaking rental car.
No. That wasn't a rental. That's another vehicle. It's another 4-wheel drive vehicle. That's the Equinox. The reason that was taken down to Kennedy is because of its ridiculously high gas mileage. I got from New Jersey to Kennedy Space Center almost for free. But and I don't know how, because that engine's got over 100,000 on it, doesn't burn the oil, and gets a ridiculous gas mileage. Please let us talk about cars for the rest of the show and not this dumbass video.
That would be good.
Or Andy's dogs. Andy's dogs are even cooler.
Half diagnosed horrific electrical issue on a Ford F-150 3.5-liter twin turbo. If anybody wants to know about what might cause that.
Oh my!
Oh, by all means.
Not enough Tesla coil action. As always.
Oh yeah.
Explain in excruciating detail.
Oh wait a minute. That's right.
Effectively, what it is, they wound up being after a month and a half of electrical diagnostics. The canister evap valve that it dumps the excess pressure built up in the fuel tank from EFI systems, modern day engine, it had seized shut.
Ooh.
So every time that I move my truck off, my canister purge gate would sit there and all night long trying to purge the excess gas pressure built up in the fuel line.
All night long.
There should have been an error code for that.
By the milliamp would take full overnight out of my truck battery. So start up, but it wasn't actually a dead battery. Just an insufficient battery.
Fun.
Do you have an OBD2 scanner? You can plug in.
You don't need a scan.
No, I did this old fashioned with my multimeter and a couple of things.
Besides, Bo,
link by link.
You only need one of those scanners for the in-depth stuff. For most of the things, you could just flip the key 3 times and it'll tell you in the odometer what the code is.
Oh, that's cheating.
Oh yeah, right. Not spending $100 is cheating. Everybody,
I know.
I'd advise you to cheat.
But hey, Andy is a smart guy. I'm sure he could he could take an Arduino or Raspberry Pi thing and just code it. Make an OBD scanner.
Mm.
And by the way, for those who don't know, an OBD scanner is a gadget that you can plug into your computer inside your car that all cars these days have. It has everything from live telemetry to error codes, etc., etc., etc.
OBD stands for onboard diagnostics. The first series started in 1987-88, and the OBD2 started in 1996.
Indeed.
Which is what you're using now.
Yeah, and I believe they use IC squared.
Hmm. Hey, Jay Brown, I got one from Walmart as well. It was that As Seen on TV thing. I got it because it was like $20 or $30 or something like that. And, let's try this out. Worked once. The one that I got. I hope yours is working better. Anyway, all right.
You can also, for not a lot of money, get OBD units that plug in and will talk to your smartphone.
Yeah.
They're actually very nice.
I had that kind as well.
Hey guys, let's do a video.
God damn it! All right. Well, last thing then.
I know all about cars.
last thing then. I have to say to Andy. Andy, I'm getting an awful lot of noise lately because we haven't produced any Zap lately.
That's a good point.
Indeed. Now, I'll admit the reduction in the number of unplanned fires at our houses are probably a blessing to the local fire departments. But
so they've started calling you on a regular basis just to make sure that the phone lines work?
Yes, indeed.
I haven't had the fire department here since,
Guys.
I don't know, April 18th or 19th, something around there. So I think I'm about due for...
All right. We'll have to talk about that. Karis, yes? Yeah, piss on boots. I got it. All right, we got a couple of hands up, and then we'll move on with Driver Man here. Jen, what would you like to say?
Logical Troglodyte in the chat is naked.
God damn it!
That is not a good thing.
Nudity in the chat. All right, and let's see. Pavlopagus, you got the hand up. What do you got?
Oh, two things. One, I was going to say, Andy, if you got that twin turbo V6, that sounds like you got the EcoBoost F-150. So one thing I would recommend is if you live in any type of humid climate, you're going to want to...
Dude, let's go.
...of your intercooler, because those are notorious for getting moisture into the intake and rust the evap system. Also, I just want to ask
and
Sai,
silicone spray. We have a video.
no, I was going to ask Sai if it was if he has the old school 2-liter Equinox or the new one with the little 1.4 turbo.
I'd be muting you right now, but Sai has not seen fit to co-host me this evening.
God damn it! I didn't. What the hell happened? You should have reminded me.
I hadn't noticed.
How could that be?
We should blame it on NANA because NANA called Sai a little bit ago.
There we go.
All right, that oversight has been rectified.
All right, that's fixed. And there
Stand
we
on
go.
the mute button, Karis.
That you're there. You are now fully in charge. Okay. And TNT agrees. Time to piss on boots. I'm officially pissing on boots. We are moving on. Here we go. And odd. You know what? We have covered 11 seconds of this video without any drinks. That's weird.
It's 11:44.
Okay, moving on. Here we go.
And just a couple things I'm inquiring about, again, and I'm going to get into a little bit of Mudflood too, but this is interesting. Nobody seems to be acknowledging the spin of Earth, the 1,000-mile-per-hour spin of Earth. Nobody. There's not a
Drink.
Did you think? Nobody's acknowledging this.
It gets better.
All right. Let us start with. Let's see. We'll start with Tornado. Tornado, hang on a second. We want to be fair to everybody.
YouTube Weather Service has issued a tornado belt warning.
All right, go ahead, Tornado.
So, who here knows the difference between linear speed, or I should say tangential speed, and angular speed?
Hands up first.
That would be you, Sai.
Go ahead. It's your show, my friend.
Oh, right. Tangential speed is the distance at which a point on the revolving object, in this case a point on the equator, will travel in a certain amount of time. This speed can vary depending on where the object is located in the rotation, say on the equator or near the pole, or on the outside of a tire versus really close to the axle of the tire. So linear speed may not be constant depending on if you're moving to different latitudes. This is the basis of the Coriolis effect. On the other hand, angular speed is constant. 15 degrees per hour, 0.000694 revolutions per minute. And since you don't feel speed, you feel changes in speed, aka acceleration. And since the Earth's motion is effectively constant, basically you feel no acceleration, therefore it doesn't feel like you're moving when in fact you are.
Alrighty, well thank you. And Diana, what have you got?
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody is denying that the tangential speed of a point on the equator is 1,000 miles an hour. You just have it all screwed up in your little head there. So, just shut up, please.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? No. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm used to
Not
being.
you.
I'm used to being.
All right, and here we go. More of this crap.
No profession out there at all that even acknowledges it, for that matter.
Okay.
The only people that acknowledge the spin of Earth are scientists. Scientism. Do you understand that?
All right,
No.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, great.
All right, Tornado, go ahead.
Who saw that coming?
Really, dude? Scientism? This is the very same refutation that you have for basically anything that disagrees with you. Oh, the various angles of the stars not matching a flat plane? Oh, must be scientism. The way the sun and the moon behave? Oh, you can't look up at the sky to determine what's going to be. That's just pseudoscience, aka scientism. And so on, providing actual credible evidence. Oh, you're just partaking in the pseudoscience religion called scientism. It's seriously the only refutation you have, and it's getting old very, very fast. Here's the thing, dude. Learn what evidence is, and then get some.
That would be handy.
He meant he meant evidence. Get some evidence. No, yeah.
And I'm sure his use of the word reputation is very loose.
Oh, definitely. Very loose. It is so loose, in fact, that you can say it's Kenny Loggins.
Right, the song. There you go. Okay.
There
All right.
you go.
All right. That was a bit of it. Okay. Diana, what do you got?
I was going to say the hot dog in the hallway, but okay.
If I may, really quickly, how far are we into this film?
Well, this is 48 seconds. 48 seconds.
Okay, 48 seconds into this film, and already he starts with the internal inconsistency. Look, CC, at the beginning of the film, you said nobody acknowledges the tangential velocity of the Earth, and just now you said that the scientisms, or whatever the fuck you call them, are acknowledging it. I don't care if you like them or not. They are people, and they are acknowledging. So you have just refuted yourself. You've contradicted yourself. I don't know what to call him.
Buckshot.
That saves us time. All right, and
Jesus Christ.
Let's see what. Let's see.
I guess you can say 12 gauge buckshot, meat foot.
Yeah. All right, and Bo, what have you got to add?
Yeah, I'm putting out there a not even wrong. Because yes, you are indeed correct. No self-respecting scientist would acknowledge something as stupid as the Earth rotating at X miles per hour. Those who know basic stuff knows why.
Indeed. Alrighty.
Hour here and there.
Let us see.
Rocket launch.
Oh, here's something. Everybody, first timer on the show. Let us all bid a fond welcome to End to Conspiracy. How you doing?
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Annika.
Hey,
bro.
All right.
What
Well,
an error you just made by coming in here, but we thank you for it.
really, but thank you for coming. Welcome to the show. But I mean, it had to be that you've not like seen it before, or you wouldn't be here. Everybody else.
I've seen it a couple times.
Oh. Because everybody else, I travel to their houses once a week and threaten them to show up.
I tell you, Jones, I show up here willingly because I'm a masochist.
All right.
Sorry we don't have Hovind for you, sweetie. But
I
we did the best we could.
was so hoping for Hovind.
Yeah.
You
Ca-
missed my house.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll make sure to catch that one next week. All right. And we have some more hands up. Puffy, what do you got? Besides it.
Puffy's been raptured.
No, I had it muted because I was in fear of Karis.
As well you should.
I'm willing to use my clairvoyant powers. Suggest I'm going to predict that at the same time he just questioned and refuted their credentials, right, by calling them scientism. He's going to also throw out. He's going to question. He's going to say who you can't trust experts.
Odds are. I wonder if the elite is going to sneak into his arguments,
which are contradictory ideas.
Yeah, doorknob edge. Fear of Karis, always a good choice.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Hey, there's a new hashtag. Hashtag Fear Karis. All right.
Beautiful.
RJ, what have you to add?
Well, it's just the white hair is the giveaway that I'm afraid I have to out the guy. He's actually the crazy drunk uncle of Jor-El, but he is never invited to Krypton for the Thanksgiving.
He doesn't deserve his white hair. There's nothing silver fox about him.
Well, I'm sure it is colored or dyed because look at his eyebrows. They're dark.
Oh.
So we most likely dyed it.
I see.
And,
not necessarily. Huh?
No, you don't think so? I have never seen such. Okay, it's hard to see here. He's very far away, but head hair that white.
I could make him farther away if you'd feel better.
Well, yeah.
He also has only a slightly discernible chin.
It's a silver fox thing. I love it.
My comment is
Oh no, you're not turned on by that guy, are you?
No.
Driving with
No. Jesus.
Phew. Oh, good. Okay.
Oh my god. I just turned dry as a Sahara.
All right. On that note, we have some hands up.
We need football in here to rectify that stat.
All right. Let us see what Jen has to add. Jen, what do you got?
Well, in the chat, Doorknob Head makes the observation that his gray hair has a butt crack in it.
That's a good. All right. And let's see. Pig, my friend, what do you got?
No, Hunter, he's nothing like Daenerys Targaryen.
I didn't know that was my voice. I think he's actually onto something. You'll never hear a doctor incorporate, like in an autopsy, like cause of death rotation. That never occurs.
That's true. I have
So
never.
he might be onto something.
It could, or on something.
Can you imagine dying from rotation?
Huh.
I cannot and I will not imagine that.
Don't ask me to imagine that.
Wink, wink.
All right. Very
Death
good.
by Coriolis for.
William Signs. He's Ric Flair living under an assumed name. No, Ric Flair, and I'm not gay here, but he's much more sexy and appealing than this
Whoa.
sitting in that chair.
R
So no.
/ suddenly gay.
All right. Well, anyway. Well, thank you very much.
Just be
That
glad
was,
we don't see below his waist.
there we had some commentary
God
from
damn it,
Mr.
why
No
are you
Hand Up.
keeping-
Why did you even suggest that? What the hell? I'm going to have to bleach my brain.
All right. On that note, and the conspiracy.
Oh, we've got a brainy beaver in chat.
It's Brainy Beaver's cool. On that note,
And
and
he
the.
definitely needs something.
It's not like I was speaking or anything. It appears that End the Conspiracy has the hand up. End the Conspiracy, what do you got?
Yeah, I missed the beginning of this. How long is this stupid?
This stupid is not that long. It's under like 6 minutes. And
So only about 4 hours tonight.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, now you're getting into the swing of things, TC.
Brainy Beaver. Of all people, Brainy Beaver is running around naked in the chat. What the hell? All right, let's fix that right away. Here we go.
What the fuck, yo?
So we do not want
Just
naked beavers in the chat.
Just it's like okay.
Like naked beaver at my house.
Hey, Sai, can I show you? Can I show you a picture to show everyone? I
No,
am
no.
not allowed to show it publicly.
No pictures, please. Let us get going with this nonsense. Here we go. All right, everybody, hands down, and here we go.
I have a naked beaver.
Moving on.
There's not a single person who is on a battleship who's blowing off these rockets off the battleship, taking in effect the spin of Earth. There's not a marksman.
Oh my. Dooley.
Pig.
Dooley
Pigs
award.
first.
Okay.
Drink.
Okay, Pig.
First.
Pig, what do you
I
got?
never put my hand down.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, Tornado. Firing shells off a battleship. They pay no attention to this stuff. What do you got?
That's a flat out falsehood. That is a straight up lie. There is not a single artilleryman who could do their job without taking into account the rotation of the Earth. Not a single one. Even snipers, if they're doing a long enough shot at a target north or south of them, have to take it into account. It's not just that they have to, they have to in order to hit their target. Even the Germans had to do this in order to land rockets onto London during the Blitz and things of that nature.
To be fair, they weren't very good at that anyway.
Either way, you have to take into account where your target is going to be in the next few minutes or the next few seconds in order to get an accurate hit on them. And doing so means accounting for the Coriolis effect. You, sir, are a liar.
All right. And RJ, what have you to add?
Well, I was just kind of wondering about the battleship thing. Is this guy still working on the Battle of Jutland?
It's been mentioned in the chat too.
Hey, leave my peninsula alone.
There's not an awful lot of battleships roaming around here. So, all right, Puffy, what do you got?
I was gonna say, yeah, my dad was he ran 16-inch guns, so like on the Midway, so that was his job, and they used, not only did they have to compensate for the Coriolis effect, they used it to like figure out how to avoid incoming, anti-ship missiles and stuff like that. So. Yeah, they always had to use it. And they use the curvature of the Earth itself to hide themselves behind the Earth so that you can't see this like football field long ship hurtling, shells about the size of a small person at you.
It sounds like this guy's not accurate.
It's almost as if people have to account for the Coriolis force.
Who's got the really crappy audio?
Andy, your audio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, what I was thinking is there's a ham operator about 2 doors down from me as well, and no amount of filtering he can do will keep it from overpowering the input.
The ham guy driving the car here and talking about.
Yeah, it just overpowers the. 2 houses away. So sometimes we do get noise. Usually that's not this time of day, though. Alrighty.
Andy, you can unmute when you need to say something.
Alrighty. And let's see. Who's next on it? Pig! Pig, what do you got?
I sent you something very special in Discord.
Okay. I'll go look into something, and while that's going on, Jen, what do you got? And I'll go look at what Pig sent.
And once again in the chat, Stringer News 1 says that when he gets up to pee in the middle of the night, the Coriolis force is why he misses the bowl sometimes. And that's his story, and he's sticking to it.
Okay.
Alrighty. and
if I could quickly slip something in here, it appears that Hunter D is crooked.
Yeah, I just noticed that there were attempts to call my attention to that. Let me just scroll up and see if I can find. There's Hunter D. Let's rectify this hastily.
Wrecked him? Damn near killed him.
Oh, you.
Forbid we have any naked hunters in our chat.
No, that would be bad. All right, that has been addressed. And, okay. Very good. And,
Yeah, Ash has a good point here. Women have known about the Coriolis effect for thousands of years. That's why we piss sitting down. Get on our level.
all righty. Shall we, all right, that's, I think
Do
I've
we
taken...
have to?
I think I've taken care of all the naked people in the chat, so we're back to being decent again. We wouldn't want to get any,
Us decent? How dare you cast dispersions on our characters?
It's all right.
Speaking of you, Sigh.
A pig? Yes.
The picture.
Do your thing. Just don't make it anything that's gonna give me any noise.
I sent it to you. I don't want to share it, so you can share it. Like,
hold on. What'd you send me
for
here?
you to share it because I'm lazy and I don't want to start a screen share that causes issues, and then people yell at me, and then I'm like, fuck it.
Okay. All right.
I went all of that in my head, and then I said, I'll just send it to Sai.
All right. Well, that works. Let me get to
When
the.
in doubt, send him ponies.
Oh, Chip! Stop that. There'll be none of that. There'll be no goddamn
About
ponies.
unicorns instead.
Alrighty. Okay, got the thing.
The little one should have exploded.
There's too many legs. RJ, what do you got?
I just want to remind everybody that we all know that the great scientific discoveries of all times have always been made while driving down suburban highways in their car.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yes,
I would think so.
especially the discoveries in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Yeah, and it was rather difficult getting that Toyota into the tree instead of the apple. For me.
All right. Pig, is this the one? Here we go. This is what you wanted me to?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. All right. And you see, you assured me that was with permission.
Yes, I have his permission to use it for YouTube alerts. So.
All right. Well, you never lied to me yet, so I'll trust you. Okay, Puffy, what do you got?
I was gonna ask RJ, isn't that why they call it the Manhattan Project?
I'll take Manhattan, the Bronx, and Staten Island too. I think we can do everything in our power to keep that guy from continuing to talk, don't you think?
No, we gotta make him talk. We gotta make him squirm.
All right.
He's really quite funny.
All right. Well, let me take care of one
not
more.
Hearing us.
So how far into the video is it before we get to the science?
I think we're already there, oddly enough.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Uh-oh.
That's encouraging.
This is what you get. Pig, anything else? Your hand's still up. Okay, cool.
Sorry, today is one of those days where I'm easily distracted.
Understandable. I'd rather be distracted than watching this fellow, but okay. Here we go.
I can tell you I'm distracted, but...
I'm with Caliban.
Uh,
Caliban says, hate to say this, but move on.
moving on. Here we go.
Out there who claims as a spin of Earth. None of the airplane pilots can hold it.
All right. And the tornado seems to have something they had to go right ahead.
Oy vey, Mr. CC. What's his name again? Something Chris?
I'm good with CC.
I'll just call him Crazy Chrissy.
Hey, that works.
Crazy Chris. Mr. Crazy Chris. You seem to not realize that pilots do indeed, again, have to take the Coriolis effect into account. Especially when it forms into these nice low-pressure systems called hurricanes.
Indeed. And, alrighty. Puffy, what do you got?
C Wolfie 6020. Direct evidence. A private pilot flies at 55,000 feet that has to use the Coriolis effect and the curvature of the Earth to do his job to deliver people to multi-million-dollar golf courses around the world.
Indeed. Indeed. And I was lucky enough to meet Wolfie. That was kind of cool. All right.
Wait. You did not meet him. You were escorted out. There's a big difference.
No.
You broke into his hotel room.
We broke into the hotel room, yes. But he did come back before we left, so I met him. And he was not very happy.
Very nasty end of the conspiracy.
Anyway, Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, I was just going to ask a small question here. Is it not the case that a pilot that is flying a course other than 90 degrees is going to have to take Coriolis into account? Because, okay, let's say the pilot's flying 45 degrees, in other words, northeast. The tangential velocity of the point on the Earth immediately below the aircraft is going to change as the aircraft proceeds. So to get where I'm going to say he wants to go, is he not going to have to take that into account, or am I full of it as usual?
But it almost I think the movement of the atmosphere going with what you just said, does that take into account the atmosphere both moving with the Earth for the large part and being disrupted by the Coriolis effect and other heating, cooling, and all that kind of crap as well?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that they get enough push from the atmosphere. It's not like a bullet where you don't have nearly as much push from the atmosphere. Like it would be, because like a bullet, the effect is more if you can reference wind, which we reference from our point at 0, right? Because we're moving with the atmosphere on the ground. So but in a plane, you're actually getting pushed by, if the wind was going, once you start departing from that 1,000-mile-an-hour wind, you're still getting pushed by it. You know what I mean? You're tracking with it. It's just like they don't have to tilt the plane down because you're flying level with the ground, right below you.
Indeed. And that's, you know what? Hopefully he's not going to bring it up. The whole tilt the plane argument.
Oh, you know he will.
Has he ever seen planes come in for a landing? Why aren't they going up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Those guys do not bring this up.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, since you guys suck at delaying, let's move on.
Count of the spin of Earth. Nobody. There's not a single profession out there
Except for the ones he mentioned.
that anybody acknowledges the spin of Earth. Hell, Mother Nature doesn't.
Okay, Tornado?
Except for, how shall I start? We have to account for GPS. We actually have to do it with artillery. Virtually every nation's army, air force, navy, every single nation's armed forces, satellite communications, pretty much everything that we know about. Hell, even meteorologists have to account for it because they actually measure it. Because of, again, this thing, I think you've heard of it. Who here lives in Florida? Like me. You have to know that their Coriolis effect can spin up these massive storms called hurricanes.
That they can. Oh, and you forgot somebody on your list. Yeah, Tornado, you forgot somebody off your list. Don't forget all the followers of that scientism religion. He admitted they take it into account. All right, Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, you more or less got it there. I was just going to say that, okay, we might as well rename this guy JK because he's flip-flopping all over the place. Opens the film with nobody takes it into account. Then he said the scientism types do. And now he just said nobody takes it into account. When do you change your story next, jackass?
So we're kind of getting whiplash from the rapid 180s.
Yeah, can we just input the sound of whenever he does his next switcheroo in his 180? I'm gonna do.
Come to think of it, Sai, do you want to increment? Not even wrong, maybe on that one. Is continual?
All right, yeah, that fits. Okay. All righty. And
just call that whole section not even wrong.
We could just jump to the end and do that and save ourselves a lot of time. But all right, anyway.
Yeah, just increment not even, increase not even wrong by about 50 or 60, and we'll do fine.
All right. Okay. And here's more crap, and we're still sorry.
You need to pay attention to it. Think about it, guys. With tornadoes.
Tornado, he's talking to you.
Drink.
Oh, hey! Yeah, great.
All right, Jen, what do you got?
Tornado development has nothing to do with flat Earth. This guy is so deluded. He is just insane. I can't believe we're listening to him, but he is an idiot and fun to listen to that way.
You've seen this show before, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay, just checking. All right. Tornado, he was talking directly to you. What do you got?
Yes, he was, in fact. You'll know that being in Tornado Alley for an extensive period of my life, I have an intimate and familiar relationship with the weather patterns that form there. And Mr. Crazy Chris, you have the formation of tornadoes all wrong. It starts out with the dry line, where you have hot, dry air creating a cap in the atmosphere, bottling up a whole bunch of potential energy. In the meantime, warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico crashes into cool, dry air from the Rockies in Canada to form an area of instability. And if you have these winds going in all sorts of different directions, you get shear. And generally, these storms happen in the area where we already talked about the moisture. That's the warm, moist air coming in from the Gulf. We have the instability generated by the impact of cool, dry air from the Rockies meeting the warm, moist air from the Gulf. We have the cap, and then we also have wind shear and things of that nature. Shear, lift, instability, and moisture. Lift coming from the warm temperatures, and the others being very obvious. Once you have the right mixture of those in place, the air starts to spin. And it does so in generally horizontal tubes until an updraft comes along and knocks the whole thing skyward. Generally, when that happens, we have this thing called a supercell. These supercells have the tornadic circulation forming in the very butt end of the storm. So if the storm is approaching you from the southwest, you'll find that the storm is on the rear flank. You'll find that the tornado itself is on the rear flank. And the inflow is, again, that lift, the moisture in the air. The stronger the inflow, the stronger the circulation can get. And depending on if it actually gets tight enough, it can go down to the ground and produce a tornado.
There we go.
Yay.
That was and thank you, Tornado, for starting the moist discussion in the public chat.
There you go.
Shut up.
A science alert.
Oh yeah, we science alerted when.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Absolutely, wouldn't miss it.
It seems the chat wants me to say moist.
There we go.
Really? Oh, why did I have to mention that?
Paris, you're making me have impure thoughts.
All right. Well, let's see what End the Conspiracy has to add.
Hey, too much science and not enough drinking.
All right.
Hey, we're a drinking show with a science problem.
So we have to wedge in a little science now and then. All right.
I got some moisture on my chin.
Damn it, Chris.
All right. Perhaps just for safety reasons, we should move on. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. There's another hand up.
Oh, Puffy's got his hand
Puffy,
up.
I'm sorry. I almost missed that. Go right ahead.
You gotta be careful, Karis. I think Amish guy heard you because he just crashed his buggy outside my house. So.
All right, now moving on. Here we go.
Tornado exists.
I've melted.
How? How could it exist? Explain that to us.
Oh wait, what did he ask? Let's back that up. We missed something.
Yes, by all means.
Yeah, here we go.
Voluntarily?
Shh.
You need to see a doctor.
Well, we have to. He made what he thinks is a point. We don't want to miss that. Let's see if we backed that up enough. Here we go.
How could it exist?
Nope,
Explain that to us.
Damn it! Not enough.
No.
We got to see. I can't believe I'm saying I didn't back it up enough. Here we go.
It was about tornadoes can't exist because blah blah blah.
Oh, all right. That's interesting.
Tornadoes and the Coriolis effect too.
All right, here we
Sorry,
back that. Here we go. Let's see if I back. If I didn't back it up far enough this time, we're just going on. Here we go.
How could it exist?
Oh, what the hell?
So nobody takes into account the.
My hands up, Si.
Oh,
I get called drink.
Oh, go right ahead, please proceed.
Oh, wait! I need to turn down the volume. Yeah, okay, good.
Go ahead.
Also,
Yes?
science alert again.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
2 in a row.
Now, we know that the Earth has different tangential speeds at different latitudes. This can induce slower movement in one side and faster movement in another side. But when you have that spin of the Earth and the Coriolis effect actually taking place, slower areas, I should say updrafts or warm, low pressure areas will start to be deflected. If you have air moving towards the north in the northern hemisphere, it will be deflected to the right, or I should say it will be deflected to the right because it will be moving upwards, and due to the transition from the from a lower latitude to an upper latitude, it will start to deflect. This happens on all points, so you get a sort of counterclockwise rotation in the northern hemisphere. The same happens, but in reverse in the southern hemisphere, because the winds moving from the equator down southward will be deflected to the left. So in the northern hemisphere, low pressure systems turn anti-clockwise. In the southern hemisphere, low pressure systems turn clockwise. The exact opposite is true when it comes to high pressure systems, because in that case, the air is moving south in the northern hemisphere, say from a upper latitude to a lower latitude, so it will actually be again deflected, I think, to the right or somewhere around there.
To the left, I thought.
If I'm correct on that, please let me know. But it will basically start to be deflected in a different way, and it will turn clockwise in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the southern.
Look at that. Flame Demon's going to bed. Good night. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, and Factard asks, how do I know this? I know this because I lived in Tornado Alley for 18 years, and out there, learning the weather, what it's doing, where it's going, and what it's going to do next isn't just an area of interest for me. It was a survival skill.
It can be life-saving. It really can. I live in Tornado Alley now, so.
Well, here's an important skill to learn then. In worst case scenarios, let's say it's daylight, how fast can the weather turn from no problem at all, and then you know, okay, there's a tornado coming? I mean, how fast can it turn?
It can change at the drop of a hat.
And hats can drop pretty fast.
That's true. I've seen it happen.
I mean, there has to be a cloud coverage, I would imagine.
I don't live in Tornado Alley anymore, William, and I actually lived in Missouri. So
right. He's in Oz now. He's in Oz now.
No, I'm in Florida.
It was a Wizard of Oz joke. Anyway,
Brooke's not here. You can't make those jokes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. All right, Diana, what do you got?
Yes, I need to. Let's consult our records. Has Tornado been conferred his PhD yet?
I'm expecting it to happen any day now.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Indeed.
Yes, you is, sweetie.
Indeed.
Thank you.
He knows stuff and things. And can apply them in real life situations. That's the trick.
Including staying alive in Tornado Alley.
A handy skill to have. All right, let's see what Puffy has to add.
I'm blushing over here.
Oh my.
Basements help.
Yeah, I was gonna say to answer Bo. I live in Southeast Iowa. You can't find a house without a basement. And also, let's say tonight I went to work. I deliver food. I went to work. Sporadic clouds in the sky, but it's pretty open sky. 30 minutes later, I got a thing on my dispatch: severe thunderstorms inbound. So it can, at the drop of a hat, you can, it just rolls up on you.
Yeah, oddly enough, even out here in New Jersey, where basically we've always assumed weather is a pretty tame thing. It's like I was a few days ago. I was telling Karis the Atlantic Ocean has always pretty much stayed where it's supposed to stay, by the rules. And then we had we had Sandy, of course, where the Atlantic Ocean came to visit us. And just 2 days ago, we had about 7:00 at night, just clear skies, everything just ooh, look, motorcycling weather. No. Half hour later, torrential rain, thunderstorms, and oddly enough, a couple of tornado sightings in southern New Jersey. That's something that's generally not heard of very often. So
I don't know. We had tornadoes when I lived in Jersey. So.
Infrequently. I'm noticing more frequency these days.
Yeah.
But yeah,
more frequency.
Yeah.
Speaking
Did
of
we say
that whole cap thing, as far as the severe weather in the Tornado Alley section of the United States goes, when the cap breaks, it does so explosively. It's like you could literally be watching a 15. I was sometimes watching AccuWeather during the tornado season, and I would be watching as there is no green blips on Missouri. And then 15 minutes later, you've got green with yellow and red in there too. All over, because when that cap breaks, it goes and it goes fast. And the amount of energy that determines how severe a storm can get is actually, by the way, again, science alert, a severe science alert.
All right.
The amount of energy that determines how powerful storms can get is called the convective available potential energy, short for the CAPE. And this CAPE outlook is basically the convective outlook issued by the Storm Prediction Center from Norman, Oklahoma, every single day, and it determines how much energy in joules per kilogram the atmosphere contains. We recently saw an example of how high those numbers can go earlier this month in May during the, Memorial Day, the week before Memorial Day, when an outbreak of tornadoes from Texas all the way to Ohio tore across the country in a little over a week. And those numbers there, the highest numbers I had seen were 4 to 5 kilojoules per kilogram of air.
All
yeah,
right.
the weather can get explosive.
Okay, I think we just came to a decision over here, and that's the royal we. Y'all know how I'm rather fond of weather and storm chasing and all that sort of stuff. Tornado, I'm going to drag you into a series of periodic weather videos. You have no choice in the matter. You're in.
How about you do some cloud type identification and what it means in terms of the weather.
Also a
cumulus
good idea.
clouds versus X clouds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Plus it would be opportunity to use the word nimbus. All right. Let's see. I guess I should have asked if Tornado would mind being dragged into such a show, but
No, by all means, go
too
ahead.
late. Too late now, I guess. All right, Diana, what do you got?
I was just gonna flip a quick question to Puffy. In Iowa, how long would a house on a slab last realistically?
That's the thing. Okay. So Karis
in
and
milliseconds.
Tornado. Well, this is the thing. Karis and Tornado can tell you it's all. There's no way to guess because, like, you can see the way a tornado goes through a neighborhood. It'll jump from one house to the next. It'll pick 2 houses on one block, 10 on the next, 5 on one, and you'll see it take out one house and not touch the one next to it. And
I dealt with some of that when I lived in Ohio. Yeah.
But if the tornado hit it, it's going to take it off like matchsticks.
I mean, I'm sure there would be a way to predict it, but you would need specialist equipment, which most lay people don't have.
Yeah, I was just wondering if the entire house would get picked up, like the whole Wizard of Oz sort of thing.
But that's the way. That's actually kind of the way that they build them, at least in Iowa, intentionally. So your basement level is the surrounding wall is concrete with brick, and then you have a concrete floor on top of that, which is your up between the house and the basement, and then the top part of the house is basically made out of lumber, so that if the tornado was to hit, it'll knock it off the top, but it won't, endanger the basement.
Not collapse into the shelter area.
So wait, the first floor has a concrete slab on I-beams, basically?
Most of the newer houses, anyway, that they're building, it's like they have that main column. They have like basically one or many columns in the basement, and it's precast concrete flooring because what it allows them to do is it's a hard barrier, like the ground, but it also allowed them to put in-floor heating and all that stuff, you know.
Great
But
idea, seriously. you've
heated
got-
floors
it's kind of
instead,
like
yeah.
I assume that that's what they're doing. It's like the race car method. If you can distribute the energy and get rid of the stuff that's going to absorb energy from the storm, then you can make the structure safer.
That's a wonderful, wonderful way to do it.
But what I always had my hand up for was basically from what Tornado said and from what Psystrike said, that would seem like we're having more and more extreme violent weather out of nowhere. It's almost like they had that in a model, you know, like for predictable climate change.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's,
you don't say.
I wonder
We
how
call
bad
it the new normal.
I wonder how bad it gets before the argument about what the cause is. You know, oh, it's a natural change. Oh no, it's human intervention. I wonder when it's going to get bad enough that that argument becomes as useless as it really is. And
When a hurricane waltzes right over Washington, D.C.
And yes, the real question, the real question is not, is it a natural change or is it human intervention? The real question is, can anything be done? Yes or no? And that's what we should be focusing on. And I'm leaning way towards the yes from here.
You could more thoroughly furnish your basements.
Indeed.
Yeah, because at the rate things are going, people are going to start living there a lot more often.
Well, I was going to say they're gonna finally acknowledge the problem when you can't buy your way out of the problem anymore, no matter how rich you are. But just imagine how quickly we could solve this if we were commercially had the ocean gets a lot of sun, right? So if we had like commercial farms out in the open ocean in spots like the Pacific where it's, you know, so far from land, it's ridiculous. Like ocean life doesn't even go there because it's almost dead. And we just put out there a solar powered farm that captured carbon from the atmosphere and pressed it into solid blocks that we could turn into like carbon fiber for cars.
That is one thing. I was thinking. Okay, since we've had success with genetically modified organisms, hey, let's create some plants that have a voracious appetite and are really wasteful and need a load of CO2. Yeah, and just need a load of carbon dioxide for their light cycle, and stack them in greenhouses and force air through it. Yeah, that's the trick. That's the ticket. And we'll replace factories with those, and we'll be in good shape. But anyway, I don't know if we'll see a general willingness to do something until it impacts profit, because that's what's stopping us from doing anything about it now. Is that those who are opposed, in order to enact things that will slow down our decline or stop it or possibly reverse it. I mean, we don't know if it could be done, but they cost money and they're going to impact production, and those who are making a decent profit now would see less of a profit. When climate change starts to impact profit, then you'll see those people that object now fall into agreement. I'm just hoping it's not too late by that point. Actually, it's going to be too late by that point, isn't it?
It might be already too late. I don't know. Some people say it is. Some people say it isn't. All I can tell you with any degree of certainty is I am not going to see it. I'll be dead long before that happens. But that's my personal circumstance there.
Well, that's actually looking at just looking at ice coverage. I don't know if things are reversible or not, but anyway. All right, we should probably get back to the hands up, the people that are patiently waiting. RJ, what do you got?
Yeah, the tornadoes are actually far harder to engineer around than hurricanes. Although hurricanes have very intense winds, I actually understand that the best design is not a flat roofed California house, but a steep roof alpine design. But people don't seem to like that for Florida. But tornadoes have a pressure differential. When the wind hits, it's shifting what's inside and outside pressure so intensely that the houses typically aren't designed to be able to withstand that. That's why they implode or blow outwards in ways that don't actually happen in hurricanes. On the bigger issue about the fact that insurance rates are going to be going up, that you're going to have higher food prices because there's some areas that were farming areas that are finding it's more and more stressful because the water is occurring in the wrong spot. People who discover that they didn't ever carry 500-year flood insurance because they didn't get 500-year floods, but they're doing it now. All of that's going to be just adding one more brick all over the planet.
Yeah, those 500-year floods might turn into every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, and the California fire season, which when I lived down in California, was a localized thing that took place typically in the early, just before spring, when the fires would go through and clear away the Brentwood houses, and then they would fall down the cliffs when the rains came in and undermine their foundations. That was kind of like a tragic but localized things. Now the entire bloody state's on fire all the time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In
This is not natural.
perpetuity, even.
All right, and if anybody was leaning towards optimism, Seattle Flexor,
We've pretty much taken care of that.
we've proved that one, yeah.
Seattle Flexor
We
helped.
really screwed
Yeah,
the pooch on that one.
Seattle Flexor helped us out a little bit, pointing out that Greenland lost 2 billion tons of ice this week. Okay, that's a thing.
And it's the little things that can be terribly disastrous to people. The fact that the hurricanes that are causing so many floods in the Midwest and in the East are because they're not necessarily radically bigger than before or have higher winds or the like. It's that they're really slow, so that they're not moving as quickly, and so they're getting just such torrential rains again and again, over and over, where it has no chance for the rivers to accommodate all of that. That's why they're getting these disastrous floodings, because of the concentration of it in these slower moving storms.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yep. And so it is.
As somebody who lives in the River Valley in Minnesota, by the Mississippi, which is also farmland in case you don't know it, there are literally thousands of acres that have gone unplowed and unplanted this spring because of the amount of rainfall that is still in the fields weeks after it ended. The farmers in this area is primarily soybean and corn. These guys are already losing their ass because we have somebody in Washington who thinks that he can mess around with trade policies to suit his soul.
Double whammy.
Things are very, very bad. And tonight, the county just to the west of us had yet another flood because of a storm that developed without prediction. That we were expecting a little drizzle today. Turned out to dump 6 inches in a period of about 2 hours, and now we got some more floods to deal with.
Joy.
Our planet is coming apart at the seams.
Indeed. All right, Bo, what have you to add?
Yeah, 10 minutes ago in the live chat, there was a scientifically related question, and I think we should try and answer that as honestly as we can. Sai, 22 minutes past the hour. I tagged you in the live chat, so you could see where it is. Seattle Flexor asks, could tornadoes work on a flat Earth? Now, my idea is, well, as far as I know, no, it would be impossible because you need the Coriolis force. But would there be any other way for tornadoes to form?
Tornadoes, I would tend to think so, because remember that
localized.
That vortex formation is a common. I mean, we see that in a lot of places wherever there's a pressure change. Inside of pressurized. Say, I don't know, liquid oxygen tanks when you're evacuating it rapidly, say to power a rocket engine or something like that.
Yeah, a steam rocket. Yep.
Yeah, in the constriction point, you don't just see everything. You won't just see anything pouring out like a liquid with that. It'll start to rotate and make a vortex as well. So yes, yeah.
Do I have permission to share? I'm going to be doing a drawing demonstration. Pictograms.
Pictograms? Oh wait. Pictograms.
We'll have none of that devil worship here. That's Anyway, but yeah, sure. Tornado. Hold on a second. I guess I should have shortened my answer a little bit. Yes, I believe they could form locally due to various, heating and cooling. Whenever there's a pressure change, you can get a vortex like that. I believe. All it takes is an anomaly to get it spinning. It just wouldn't be the uniform spinning that we see now. Always the same.
I'm sure hypothetically different weather patterns would emerge.
Indeed. That's just my thing. All right, and Tornado wants to show us a thing here. Go ahead. We haven't actually tried screen share in the new layout. This will be a new test. If everything goes to hell in a handbasket, you'll see. But all right, hold on. Don't do anything yet. Let me put you on the big screen.
He'll show us his if we show him ours. Is that?
There you go. Okay. And this is okay. Proceed.
Now, what you're seeing here is a representation of your
It's my
average
state.
Midwestern, well, I guess you could say the area around Missouri, with Illinois to the east of Missouri, Kentucky over here, and basically the 8 states bordering Missouri. These arrows here will represent warm, moist air coming in from the south.
Moist.
and then these blue arrows here will represent cool, dry air coming from Canada and the Rockies. Where they meet will be represented by this arrow by this stuff here. You mind not doing that, Karis, please? I'm doing science.
Right. So it's okay if I do it, but not if Karis does it.
All right.
That's not fair.
I get distracted, okay?
Yeah, don't distract Tornado. He's sciencing at us. Please proceed, Tornado. Science at us.
For the purple area that you're going to be seeing here is this area representative of the dry line. This area where basically a whole bunch of energy can build up all at once. It's kind of a front, but kind of not. And the dry line area will be the actual arrows representing the dry air mass will be these dark red arrows signifying the dry air mass. This creates an area called the Cape, or the cap, all the way over this purple boundary. Now, when this cap breaks, you can get these storms that literally pop up at a moment's notice. Like, say you get these green blobs over here. And the way that this whole thing works is the storm only really appears once the updraft gets really strong and heavy and such like that. So just imagine that little backside hook that you see there to be represented by this. This is probably a familiar picture to anyone who's ever lived in Tornado Alley. That hook shape there, that's probably familiar and scary for anyone who's lived there. So this is just a quick and dirty representation of such an event here. That yellow area is the core, but that's not really necessary for what we're talking about. That hook echo you see right around here, that's where the actual spinning happens. It will be represented by this thing called a couplet, which is when you see these red and green things on the dual pole radar. That's the velocity index thing. If you see red and green right next to each other, that's bad. It's basically showing winds going towards and away from the radar, and you'll generally see red, green, and gray, kind of like this, what you're seeing here. You get what I'm saying? That represents the rotation in the actual storm system, which you'll find like this. And the way this all happens is, here, let me just get rid of all that junk. The air will be spinning thanks to the shear. Say you have different air speeds here and here, or even different air directions here and here, you can get that spinning motion. That spinning motion will form this horizontal tube of air that just keeps rotating and rotating. But when an updraft comes along, like so, it can knock this tube of air vertical, which develops into this classic thunderhead shape. So while the flat Earth might not have the Coriolis effect, it will still have much of the same mechanisms that present the various issues, like the updraft, the downdraft, and eventually the tornado itself, which is represented by this thing here. Everyone get all that?
Alrighty. That was very impressive, and the graphics made made it much easier to follow. So yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty. You know what? Make sure Mom watches just this section of this episode later. She'll be impressed. All right.
Why is everyone see? Oh, the tornado formation predominating on the southwest corner is generally where you. That's what they call the rear flank downdraft. The tornado formation there is generally where there's no rain. In most supercells, you'll have the core. If you get really unlucky, the tornado will become rain wrapped, where the precipitation from the core starts wrapping around the tornado, obscuring it. But this also has the effect of cutting off the inflow in some cases, which makes it very hard for the tornado to get any stronger if it becomes rain-wrapped. Although if it's already a violent tornado, it's not going to help you in any case. And a rain-wrapped tornado is actually more dangerous than a non-rain-wrapped tornado because it's harder to see. It just looks like a mass of rain moving at you. And then, like a shark in the water, the tornado strikes. The reason the tornado predominates in the southwestern corner of such storms is generally because you have the inflow coming in. There's an easy area for it to get in, and you have the rear flank downdraft, which is also helping.
Alrighty. Well, that was again most impressive. And
also, have you seen any of the tornado comments on the chat?
Yes, I've been reading along. Not to
Doorknob has actually said the rain in Spain fall mainly on the Who Gives Five Fucks tornado is talking.
Actually, the rain in Spain falls mainly in the mountain valleys and coastal regions, but it makes a very bad song.
That is true. I believe that song was rejected from the script at one
Darn
point.
it, Doorknob head! I don't need to see that.
Oh, Demonic Davros, thank you very much. Super chat, tornado info brought to you by Tornado. All right, and let's see, we got some hands up. Diana, what have you to add?
Yeah, when Jen was talking about living in the Mississippi River Valley, I see this here as well. I live in the Ohio River Valley.
Tornadoes. Oh my goodness.
My river's bigger.
Here we go again.
Over the last 30 years, and especially over the last, say, 3 or 4, things have changed very, very dramatically, drastically, if you will. The rainy season here used to be maybe April, and now we're into June, and we're still getting it. It may actually wrap into the winter rains if this keeps up. So, yeah, there's a definite climate effect going on here. Like I say, I'm just happy I'm not going to be around very much longer, to be honest with you.
Anyway, moving on. We got to see what Cece has to say, because this has been a nice, interesting diversion, but we all know what we're here for. We're here for the stupid.
All right, well, let's see what Puffy has to add first. The hand was up. What do you got?
Well, I was gonna ask Jen because I'm in Iowa, so like I'm in the same boat, right? So I was gonna ask her last year going into this El Nino that we got going on, which is a hot, wet period, right? So we going into this last year was excellent, right? They had like 3 growing seasons in 1 year, right? So they had this huge surplus. Well, here the problem is now this year it's gotten even worse, and we're having all that flooding and everything, and we've lost an entire first season, like grow, harvest, everything, right? But they also, a lot of them lost most of their grain silos that got completely submerged or halfway submerged, and it just soaked up all the water. Did that happen where you're at? Because like here they lost what they had in surplus, as well as the ability to actually harvest the first even go round this year.
In my direct neighborhood of farms, no, we didn't have any losses that way with the grain elevators, even though they're pretty close to the riverbanks. But there was quite a bit of loss from the fields then having excessive rain in the fall and not being able to harvest, and everything molded.
Oh, well, here they were able to harvest, and that was the problem, is because of the tariffs, they ended up sitting on so much corn and soybean, and their grain silos were full, and then they got completely soaked.
And it's important to note that these are not huge corporate farms. These are family farms here. You know, 1,000 acres, 2,000 acres tops, and people are starving. And if it wasn't for the small towns, the people in the small towns getting together and having benefits for this family or that family that had a bad harvest, these people would be fucking dying right now. And it's about goddamn time we do something about this shit.
I would
You
agree.
okay, Jen?
I would agree.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alrighty. Perhaps Todd Fuller
Took a dark turn.
Yeah, Todd Fuller has a good idea. Todd Fuller says we should get back to Jay Leno. All right, let's see that. And
No. Jay Leno is funny. This guy's just infuriating.
yeah, see, if he wasn't serious, it would be hilarious. But he's serious. That's kind of what makes it sad. All right, back to this fellow.
And not a single person out there except scientism that are brainwashing you to make you think you live on this plane and you're traveling through space, when in reality you're not. It's common knowledge. All flat earthers know this. We accept this.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Let us see what end the conspiracy has to add here.
I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that one because there is no flat earther that is intelligent.
Okay.
What about high IQ?
That works. All right. And let's see. Tornado, you have something to throw in here?
Yes, I'd like to call a resounding round of bullshit alert.
All right. Let's see. We got that here somewhere. There,
Bullshit alert, bullshit alert, bullshit alert.
Duly noted.
Yes, Mr. Jay Leno over here does not seem to recognize that the very people he accuses of practicing scientism are the very people that are explaining to him why the flat earth doesn't work at all. And yet he dismisses it all as, again, scientism because conspiracy. I'm starting to recognize something with these guys. Whenever something refutes their views, they cry conspiracy and hope that ends the whole discussion. It doesn't, asshole, because now you've just extended your burden of proof, and now you have to support what you're claiming, as well as the conspiracy narrative. So where's the evidence that there's a conspiracy?
That's a damn good question.
How would he differentiate between science and scientism?
Well, that's very easy. Anything they disagree with is scientism and a religion and conspiracy. We must respect their conspiracy.
I guess I'm okay with this accusation then.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Bo has to add. Bo, what do you got?
Yeah. One. It's yada 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 flat. It's common knowledge. Drink cough? No, it isn't. Two.
Argumentum ad populum.
Yeah.
Agreed.
2. X. It's common knowledge. Not even wrong.
Okay.
No, no. Common knowledge, as you would call it, or common sense, has no effect on science. Nothing. It does not. Science does not care if you think it's logical, if it's common sense, if it's common knowledge. I mean, how many hundred years ago? Yeah, many hundred years ago, thousands of years ago, people. Yeah, it was common knowledge that the Earth was flat. Yeah, no, not even wrong.
Indeed, I would agree. And the whole common sense, common knowledge, everybody believes it. Okay, does that make it true? No.
Argumentum ad populum.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said.
There we go. All right, and here's some more crap.
We know we're on a flat plane. We know we're covered with a dome of some sort. We know that.
Absolutely. That statement itself is impossible. All right, Tornado, what do you got?
Okay, so let's try and list off some of the physical properties of this dome. Somehow, it's transparent, yet solid enough to... So, yeah, let's see. It's transparent, yet solid enough to let us have a nice view of the sky, or maybe it is the sky. And yet, somehow, even though it's solid enough to protect us from all this water, meteors still get through, as evidenced with Chelyabinsk. which means that either A, it's some magic property of the dome, or it was B, a cruise missile. Why would someone fire a cruise missile on their own people, by the way? That just doesn't make any sort of sense. So there's so many angles with this whole dome narrative that don't work at all. For instance, if there was actually a dome, we would have its various properties forwards and backwards. It would have what it's made of, what its refractive index is. We would have every single property from A to Z listed off for it like we do every other material on Earth. Why don't we? Maybe it's because there isn't no fucking dome over us, you asshole.
Oh my, that's an unhappy tornado. Anyway.
Tell him how you really feel, Tornado.
Yeah, I would say it's his statement, we all know, it's common knowledge, is just plain wrong because we have evidence for, given by the flat Earth community, the differing opinions on okay, we're on an infinite plane, no dome. We're on an infinite plane, dome. We're on the space pizza with a dome. There's been the argument that we're in a snow globe with a flat thing in the center, and the snow globe is the dome. So all the flat Earth, it's common knowledge. Even if this dome existed, the statement that it's common knowledge, it's not common. That group has differing opinions on what it is, where it is, and even if it is. So a statement that is common knowledge is just wrong. On the other side, as an answer to Tornado, evidence for a dome. Have you noticed how high taxes are these days? Is it possible that has something to do with the amount of Windex that needs to be purchased to keep this dome clean?
That's the secret.
Oh, for the love of the angel Gabriel, what the heck are you talking about?
We got a super chat. Spread the word, drive with phone, clockwise. Thank you, Brian. All right. RJ, what have you got?
Yeah, I think this guy is aiming for a solo carpool crapioke where he doesn't actually sing, presents no evidence, and nobody is ever going to be caught dead riding with him.
That is a possibility.
I wouldn't get in his car.
No, indeed. Although he does appear to have coffee.
Coffee, hand up.
That is a little bit of an
Well,
incentive.
I have coffee, so I'm just fine without being in his car.
All right, then. And Puffy, what do you got?
It's not to pay for the Windex. You can't use ammonia on the ice dome. It would melt. It's to pay for the refrigeration to keep it frozen.
Oh, see, now it all makes sense to me, except that it doesn't make... Okay, moving on. Here we go.
Do we have to?
I think so. Weren't there rules? Don't we have some kind of charter? All right, anyway, here we go.
So we need more land.
Well,
reviewing some YouTube videos about Incas and stuff like that. There's some scientists out there that were saying the Incas actually took old technology and built onto it. Okay, now the archaeologist is going to fight you to the tooth about this. But if you look at some of these pictures, it looks like they really have. I saved a couple of them in my likes file.
Congratulations.
So if you want to take a look at them, feel free. I don't understand how they could have possibly built any of these things that they say these are 65-ton rocks.
All right. Okay. Yep. I was guessing. Let us augment yon counter. And based on what you guys say, we'll decide whether we should go with just plain or not even wrong.
Not even wrong.
All right. Let's see. Puffy, what do you got?
I think we're still under what, like 3 minutes worth of video, like 2 minutes worth of video. I've seen him look at the camera for durations so many times. This guy has so much concern for the shape of the Earth, but no concern if he driving a random person down. like a ball goes in the street, something like that. Like, whatever. I gotta spread the truth about the shape of the Earth. That kid was worth it.
Yeah. That's
one of my pet peeves in movies, when they're just sitting next to each other and they're like looking at each other and they keep looking and they're driving and they're looking and not.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to have a Darwin Award one day.
Yeah, I mean, movie people, when you shoot scenes like that,
and they just keep looking.
Yeah, stop it. It's
right.
not safe.
I'm just saying, if he claims that in any of these videos that it was a speed bump, don't believe him.
It was okay. That would be incredibly disturbing. All right, RJ, what have you?
We have a naked Dane in the chat.
Oh, all right. I think I could address that.
Mine, probably.
Is it microbloganism?
Meanwhile, RJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I will be awaiting his monograph on Inca and pre-Columbian rock formations and stone masonry and all the rest, given the fact that his expertise is so finely honed that he thinks the earth is flat.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how he came to the conclusion that the 65-ton rocks, they couldn't have. Well, evidence would tend to indicate they did.
This all comes from the ancient astronaut lore. This is Eric Von Däniken style claptrap.
Oh no, not spirit science again.
I forgot the quote.
We're not even spirit science. We're not even on a spirit science video, and yet we're getting spirit science. My gosh!
Well, this stuff has been circulating around Wu Land for decades. I mean, he could go and read a host of things. I can't remember that little twerp. I think his name starts with an H. That does a lot of this. He has envisaged.
Drone below Melchizedek.
There was he'd been pushing this idea that there was a vast super civilization that existed like 15,000 years ago, and the 10,000 BC claptrap and all that syncs up with all this same stuff. Basically, if they can't figure out how somebody did the stonework, then it must be like space aliens or advanced technology.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I see Puffy's got the picture of one of my favorite Von Dänikenites, the little man from that historical pornography stuff on History Channel about ancient astronauts.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I remember Däniken when I was in high school, and that was a long time ago, kids.
Yeah, I read him when he came out, too, in the 1960s. At that time, he was like a desk man at a Swiss hotel and managed to do quite well on claptrap. I envy him that, even though I do not envy him his pathetic brain. And this Tubalard here in his car is just siphoning off junk he's never bothered to fact check, like just as he does with all of his flat earth claims. Am I correct in surmising that we are not likely to get any illustrations or PowerPoint images while driving in his car?
He does not seem prepared. He does not really seem prepared to make any citations that we will be seeing.
I seldom offer technical citations when I'm driving my car too.
Indeed.
For the sake of people on the road and pedestrian traffic, we better hope he doesn't pull anything up.
Yeah, he runs over some little aged grandmother and says, "Yeah, but I was proven Coriolis force is a fiction."
Indeed. All right. Let us see. Next on the tornado. What do you got?
Can we just add that he's basically trying to say, "Oh, we have no idea," except we kind of do. It's called you take logs, you fashion them into wheels like tank treads, and then you roll the block.
Indeed.
It's not that hard to do.
Logs! What goes downstairs, alone or repairs, goes over your neighbor's dog. Anyway.
All right. Let us. We got another hand up. Pig, what do you got?
RJ monograph, so I'm gonna beam it to him.
Right.
That's not beam. That's a very, very slow matrix printer.
All right.
Damn it, RJ.
Okay, so Pig sent something to RJ.
My name has been called in vain here. You had a question for me?
Get it?
What?
How'd you send it to?
Everyone, you paying attention.
All right, there's much sending going on. Let us get back to the video. Here we go.
Someone zeros in the chat.
All right, I'm not sure if we've come to a break in the conversation or not, but we're doing more video. Here we go.
Let's go for it.
Damn. And in order to build something on top of it, they were using these little stones like that. You know, you can see that there was some sort of existing technology and some sort of technology that the Incas had that were just kind of building on top of it, shall we say, just as we're probably doing right now, you know? between the iron flat buildings in the city, which I really want to get down to one of these days when I find some time, and a whole lot of other things.
Oh, did I hear drink? Okay, Pig, what do you got?
So I'm wondering what technology went into the design of this car that we built upon, outside of us, developing the engine and then the car.
Yeah, you're right. It is. The technology in question is traceable back through.
This guy is terrifying.
Yeah, it's there's a relatively clear map from the first person that affixed a stone to the end of a stick up to automobiles and rocket ships. We've seen the evolution of these things. I agree with you. All right, let us see. And the conspiracy. What do you got?
So this guy claims that we're building on top of things, which is fine because we are. But is he one of them subscribers to Barnabas Nagy's Mud Flood?
Well, he did mention the word earlier. I was really surprised by that, and I have never heard him utter that word before. Good question.
Oh, Harry, that's a good idea. An unsafe driving counter.
Yeah, this guy, fuckwit word. We got a few of them we can use this on.
Yeah. All right, and let's see. Here we go. Jen, what do you got?
Hi, I first want to apologize for my emotionality before, but
it's okay.
No need.
Regardless,
it's life.
Let me go on. This guy and technology don't get along. This is the same stupid fucking dickhead that thinks that the space shuttle fuel tank was a balloon with helium in it.
Yeah.
This guy is stupid, and he's one of the reasons our Earth is in trouble.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm done.
Well, good points. Good point. And all right, Pig, you have something additional?
No.
Okay. Very good. Here we go. More stuff.
That these are pre-existing civilization, pre-existing technology that apparently we are working with. And I'm telling you, the railroad stations especially, down in the city. Half of them don't even know how any of them work, for crying out loud. It's almost like they're...
What? What the hell is he talking about? Railroads?
I have no idea.
Don't know how...
Railroad, blah, blah, blah. Don't know what their work...
Okay.
We don't know how railroad stations work.
Is it we don't know how railroad stations work? I mean, I got it pretty much figured out. You go there and you stand under a roof in case it's raining and a train comes. And they get on the train.
And the people that run the railroad station, I think, have a really good idea of how it works. So
right.
I'm coming to the conclusion that a little gray-haired possum is just really needs to roll the windows down and get some oxygen or do something.
Just say it, RJ. He's just stupid.
Yeah.
Doorknob head wants to hit the guy with a large fish.
Okay, that works. Puffy.
I think it's the Monty Python reference.
Puffy, what do you got?
What would a railroad company need to know about the Coriolis effect unless they're running high-speed rail, which in America we're scared of?
Indeed. Well, you know what? Maybe he'll explain his word salad there for a minute. Railroad stations, they don't know anything about. Let's see. Maybe he'll clarify.
Eligible.
Let's see. Here we go.
Reinventing the railroad in a way.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because when it breaks, it takes them a month to figure out what the hell was the matter with them.
No. What?
How could that?
What? No. What? You know what? No.
Where is he even going?
The only have a drink.
Waffle, and that's why.
Have a drink because just no. That's all we have to say to refute that. It takes them a month to figure out what happened. No, it doesn't.
What is this relevant to?
I don't know.
This one is not even wrong. I can't make heads or tails of what he said.
That works. I bet Puffy has some insight for us. What do you got, Puffy?
Is he referring to the month or so that they investigate any accident that happens after it happens so they can make sure it doesn't happen again?
It could be.
So is he questioning the fact that they admit to not knowing what happened and therefore they take a due diligence to figure out what happened?
Apparently so.
Okay, but what's his fucking point?
That's what I'm saying. His internal consistency is breaking my frontal lobe.
It's because you're a globe.
He seems to be saying that because of now. See, I took not the investigation argument, but just the what went wrong. Oh, bearing burned up. Okay, replace bearing. We're sorry. It's no. They find what happened relatively quickly. The investigation's taking longer, but the argument he seems to be trying to make is that we don't understand this technology because aliens or ancient culture or something. We don't understand trains because of that. But anyway,
how do we not understand trains? We invented them.
That is quite true, Mr. No Hand Up. Anyway, let's. Pig. What do you got, Pig?
So essentially, what he's talking about is still in reference to old times, right? Like thousands of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's talking about an abandoned subway station that he came across of, maybe in the ruins of New York, underneath New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is the only thing that comes to my mind that it could be in reference to.
You're talking about that Doctor Who episode, aren't you? All right.
No, I'm talking about Futurama.
Oh, also, okay, there's another one.
Come on.
All right. Well, hey, we were thinking in different veins there. All right, Puffy, what do you got?
I think that what he thinks is the reality here is that in our world, we think we know how trains work, but in reality, they actually work like they work in Harry Potter based on magic, but we just don't know because we're not magical, we're muggles.
I see. That
For yourself, I got on top one. What is this moment?
Fucking doorknob head. Sorry, read it.
I'm not reading that.
Oh, yeah, Pig. What do you have, Pig? Said the farmer after sexting the goat. Okay. Anyway, let's seeing no more hands up, unfortunately. More of this crap. Here we go.
Surely one of the people
Don't call me Shirley.
100 years ago should have had schematics or something saved somewhere, right?
Drink.
Oh, drink call. That sounded like Pig.
Unsafe driving.
What?
Unsafe driving.
All right, good. which is wrong. It is wrong to drive unsafely, so that is just plain wrong. Puffy, what do you got?
Sai, you were in the computer business. How hard is it to get solid state, like transistors and, old school, regular transistors, not like micro transistors. Like if you were going to build an entire spacecraft out of them, like how hard would it be nowadays?
To get the components required?
Yeah, because that's why we can't. That's why we can't build the stuff because it's not like commercially available like that anymore.
Well,
yeah, generally
the main problem is that the electronics that was used in the Apollo age, for example, was much more resilient when it comes to surviving radiation.
That's what I'm saying. They were bigger and beefier. They weren't using micro transistors like that. They were going to get damaged by radiation.
Agreed. In response to your question, to make something with example on a completely different topic, rebuilding the USS United States, which is sitting in Philadelphia, basically moldering away. The big thing is hard to recreate the technology used for riveting and building and all that sort of thing of the day when it was done. Agreed. Those. It's just not available anymore.
Yeah, and we might be able to find some blueprints or some manuals as to how to build the stuff, but we would have to learn how to set it up, how to calibrate, how to weed out bugs and so on from the beginning. Again, because we do not use the old stuff anymore.
So what you're saying, actually, Sai, is you're secretly admitting that those pictures of the naval shipyards during World War I and World War II are actually just pieces of propaganda in the conspiracy.
Exactly. I thought that was clear. All right, I'll try to be more clear next time. All right, let's see. Pig, what do you got?
So, since we were talking about NASA, one of the things I was wondering is how much rope can I fit into my computer?
I really don't know how to answer that.
What?
Would it be okay?
Perhaps you could elaborate.
I
Pig.
know what he's thinking about.
Well, let's let him elaborate, and we'll find out. Pig, what do you got?
So how much rope can I fit in my computer? Do I just put it in the case? Like, how do I read the rope?
Come on, Sai. You know the answer. Come on.
Come on, Sai.
Nope.
Pig is not joking here. It's real.
Nope. Got nothing.
Yeah, how much rope can I fit
Come
in
on.
my computer, Sai?
I
know a desktop can hold a lot more rope than my laptop.
Really?
Access memory.
Indeed. Okay.
ROM, Sai.
Apollo.
And RAM. But yeah. Well, it is RAM actually, but yeah.
Where the hell are we going with this?
Come on.
No one tell Sai. No one tell Sai. Think about it, Sai.
No, I'm not.
Why would there be rope in space?
I mean, at this point, this conversation has about as much direction as what our
Yeah, really,
guy-
not think about it, not what it did. End your story. What's with the freaking rope?
No. You have to.
Copper-based rope. Come on.
It's a copper-based rope. Think about it, Sai.
But not think about it. Finish your thing.
You know this, Sai. We know you know this.
We know it a lot quicker if you
Out
just
with
say
it,
it.
pig.
Out with it.
Bo, do I tell him?
Yes.
Yes.
Either tell now or we're just moving on.
Yeah.
It's how they shipped the coding within Apollo, how it was stored.
That's it.
Okay, you're talking about.
Not exactly, but it gets the point across. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you're talking about the threaded wire through either through the magnetic material or outside of it.
Well,
that's what we're talking about.
I think so.
Yeah, the ferrite beads that were the matrix of ferrite beads that was sewn by women to store the software.
Okay, yes. Which was, I'm sorry. In what way was rope involved with that? And now justify this delay.
The shape of a rope is how they literally made it.
Okay. All right, good enough. And we have.
It was a reference from the beginning with the news and.
Oh! All right.
Government.
No, not necessarily. No, didn't make the association. We could have said string. We could have said freaking pencil. No, didn't. I didn't jump to the same topic. Alrighty, but still, good point. Diana, what do you got?
Fighting to remember what the hell I was going to say. Somebody was talking about transistors. Does anybody do TTL anymore?
I'm sorry, what?
Does anybody work in TTL is transistor logic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That will never die.
Okay, I just didn't know if you could do that stuff anymore, because whether it was supplanted by ICs or that sort of thing. So you could get a hold of transistors to do all that stuff. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's probably a bunch of them in your computer right now. Even if it was a recent one, there would be a bunch of them in there.
Well, I just built mine last year. I'm okay if you're saying there are transistors in there. I'll believe you. I have no reason to doubt you.
Oddly enough, they're still used for vacuum tubes.
Valves.
Oh, really? That's amazing. What I don't know then is how the heck much is it going to cost you to buy the vacuum tubes to go into the application?
More every day. It's
and a heck of a lot in power usage too. It'll cost you a penny.
Oddly enough, not as much as you might think. The biggest power consumption is in the heaters. To encourage the electrons to boil off.
I know, but it's part of the whole, so I count that in. But yeah.
Okay.
I remember going to the drugstore with vacuum tubes into the testing machine, sticking them in the little sockets and checking.
Indeed, in the old days, every Radio Shack used to have a tube tester. Anyway, okay,
in the old days there were Radio Shack.
Yeah, that's another
I'm
sad
not even
thing.
sure how far you have to
Radio
go.
Shack.
Get to the nearest Radio Shack.
What's a Radio Shack?
Originally, it started at that. It's
Just kidding. I already know what it is.
all
I've
right.
seen it before.
And they really botched it too, because at one time they had the greatest distribution network in the United States for selling product, and they just botched it. So anyway.
Yeah, there is a video out there. I think it's called Whatever Happened to Radio Shack.
Mm-hmm.
The guy does videos on why businesses failed.
But I do believe that Tandy is still alive and well in Australia.
Well, there still
Tandy is Radio Shack.
The brand, yes, the brand still exists, and you'll find that Radio Shack exists as a subset of other businesses now, like hobby stores and things like that.
Guys, let's go.
Okay.
Move on.
So we still have a pig hoof up. Pig, do you have something to add?
I posted a link in the in the live chat about rope memory.
Oh, cool.
And it is referred to as rope memory. So, side.
That's what I thought he was talking about.
Let's see. Scrolling.
Big win.
I will definitely be looking into. I'm familiar with the memory in question. I just was not. The term rope memory escaped me. I always thought of it.
Ago we used it.
Indeed. Alrighty. More of this crap. Here we go.
We have to.
Such bullshit, guys. Your history isn't even real. Some people in comments say, "Oh, he thinks nothing's real." It's not. Not the way you were brought up to believe it was. No. Then everything is.
Oh, drink call, and that sounded like Pig. Pig, was that you?
Yeah, that's like 4 seconds of unsafe driving right there. He's still even after the drink call. So.
All right. Well done. And as we said before, that's wrong. Alrighty. More crap.
Yes. In some fashion or another. And that includes you, Hollywood. Includes your career, the promises. About being indoctrinated.
Drink.
About everything.
Oh, Tornado, what have you got?
So this guy's just claimed that everything is fake.
Pretty much.
Wow, dude. Why are you not on the happy pills then yet? You need to be on the happy pills if that's what you're claiming.
It's his eyebrows.
All right.
Another drink.
Alrighty. And the conspiracy, what do you got?
These flat earthers, they tend to spout out indoctrination all the time, but they are the ones that try to indoctrinate the most people. They're always screaming indoctrination, indoctrination, and it's exactly the same thing they're doing.
Indeed, and
so
that is quite
projection
true.
then.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. All right, and Puffy, what do you got?
If they assume that all the satellites are fake and all this stuff like that, it's actually going through ground-based stuff, so that they can fake it. Therefore, it's like this government plot and all that. How do they assume that that is the case, and yet their message is reaching the masses unedited?
Yeah. That is always the big question, isn't it? That
critical research fail.
Just research fail.
The big secrets concealed by these very important people with unbelievable reach. We on YouTube are able to disseminate them at will. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Let's see who else we got. Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm just looking at Phil Holland's comment over here. Flipping heck, this guy always on his car so his wife at home doesn't find out he's a moron. Phil, whatever gives you the idea that he has a wife or an SO of any sort? I have a feeling that this guy's just in his car so he can hear the car noise and doesn't have to be alone.
That's a
He
possibility.
hypnotizes them with his eyebrows.
Yeah, don't.
And then again, the car does look a bit like a family car.
Well, I don't know.
To me, but
well, I drove a station wagon when I was single, so that's.
Look at the where the rear window starts. It is pretty close to the back door. So although it is obviously a 4 or 5 seater, it's not a station wagon type. But anyway.
Well, in other words, you think of the station wagon as a family car. I mean,
Yeah.
I had one of those when I was 21.
Yeah, and although it's not relevant to the video, I think we can keep this going for minutes to not have to get back to this crap. What brand
That would be a good idea.
Let's see. Who would? Oh, actually, we have some more hands up. Before babbling, we should probably get to the hands. Let's see. Pig, my friend, what do you got?
Another drink call.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It's a good thing I'm drinking coffee.
Always willing.
Well, is he driving or traveling? That's the question.
All right, Jen. Jen, what have you to add?
I put my money on that this guy is an incel.
Ah, could be. Could very well be. And Puffy, what do you got?
I'm gonna put it out there right now. That's a Honda Accord. So that is not a family car. That is the international car of the 55 plus single male crowd.
Okay. All righty. Let's see. All right. Pig and Tornado have the hand. Do you guys have more or?
Well, I do. I do have more.
Go ahead.
Add. So I should amend Piggy's statement. It's not unsafe driving. It's unsafe traveling.
Okay, that works.
Someone already said that.
Good. All right, Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, and I just noticed a comment from Harry Warp. CC from Westchester County, New York, put his home phone number on his YouTube channel a while ago, and someone called him at home. He was eating dinner when we heard wife and kids in the background. Oh my word!
Oh no!
Oh my!
Let's have a word of silence.
I really, I feel for
and
those
the wife.
Let's have a moment of
All right.
silence for those poor kids that he is indoctrinated with his bullshit.
All right, I've asked for silence and I never get a response. What makes you think people are going to listen to you, Tornado?
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, more hands.
I mean, Tornado already dominated me earlier, so.
So are you saying that Tornado Pelt is a dominatrix? Is that what we're getting at here?
I don't think so. But anyway, all right, Puffy, you got the hand up.
Wrong turn there, Bo.
I'm usually against the thoughts and prayers thing, but that's all I can offer his family right now.
Indeed. Keep in mind, he may keep it all confined to his vehicle, and there may be none of this foolishness at home.
They have to ride with him, Sai.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right.
Oh, man.
All right. And let's see. Pig, what do you got?
I actually know who we are actually talking about now. It took me a while because I remember him being outside of an active gun range.
Yeah, that's him too.
Yeah. I talked to him actually once I heard he had a number on. It was a very interesting conversation. But since he has a wife and kids, well, especially with the kids, he's no longer eligible for a Darn Award, right?
You're probably right.
Okay.
All right.
After your genetics go on, we can no longer reward him.
Heck. All right.
Purple Rhymes with Orange has a good point.
What's that?
He had a wife and there were children. Let's not jump to the conclusion that he fathered them. Wife might have been smart enough to marry him for the money and get kids from other men.
Yeah, we don't know the backstory. That's quite true.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, the thing is, Purple, I also don't know how much money he's getting off of YouTube. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting. All right. Let's see. Brian says we're getting lagging. Let me see if that's us. YouTube says we're stable. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully there's no lagging going on. All right. Pig, anything else?
Oh, come on.
Damn it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah, let's not have any more of that. All right, moving on. Here we go. Drop the hoof. Here we go.
Every single thing is fake. All of reality that you grew up with, you've got to swallow your pride.
What? All right. Tornado, what have you got?
So he has just said it. Everything is fake. So let's just say your car is fake. Your seatbelt is fake. Your life is fake, CC. So why are you still living?
Plus, if everything is fake, why are we listening to him?
Yeah, if everything is fake, then why are we listening to you? If
Yeah.
everything is fake, then, well, why am I listening to you? Why should I believe anything you say? Because since you said everything is fake, that means everything you're saying is a lie. You're a hoax. You're a conspiracy. See that, CC, Crazy Chris?
Watch it, Tornado.
Double-edged sword.
Watch it, honey. He might turn around and tell you that he's lying.
Norman, I am lying. Alrighty. And here's some more silliness.
You gotta wake up
Wait,
and
hold on. If
realize the
everything's
lies.
fake, can we end it and then go to spirit science? He tells the truth.
Oh, of course he does. All right.
Definitely.
Here, it's hey, ooh, careful. We don't want to miss any of the logic spewing from this person's mouth. Here we go. Oh, wait. You know what? I'm having a drink just to wash the taste out of my mouth after saying that. Here we go.
Good.
I'm sorry. It takes people like us to tell you the reality instead of somebody in a white coat or behind a
Drink. Okay, right. Definitely. Yeah. I want to get my information from you as opposed to someone who knows something about what they're talking about. Much better idea. I concur. Puffy, what do you got?
I was just gonna say that I'm right. He questioned the experts.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, that's a win. All right.
Yeah, drink.
And Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, sir, or whatever you are. I've worn some white coats in my time. You gonna listen to me or what? I mean, I used to work in a lab.
Anyway. Well, no. If you worked in a lab, that makes you an expert, and you're part of the conspiracy.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Alrighty, and Tornado, what have you to add?
So what we're seeing here is a guy who has completely and utterly buried his head in the sand and is sticking his fingers in his ears going, la, 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 la. I don't want to hear anything of what you have to say because you're just nothing but more than a liar. What we have here is a case of intellectual dishonesty of the highest caliber. What we have here is quite literally someone who's saying, I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Are you suggesting it's the argument from Nuh-uh?
It's not just the argument from Nuh-uh. It's the argument from go fuck yourself. I don't like anything you have to say.
All right.
But did you have to smudge the wise wisdom of Adam Savage?
Fun fact, that Adam Savage is not the original person who said that quote.
No, but it's the first time I ever heard it, though.
Valid point.
Okay. Yeah. All righty. And
still valid, though.
Let us see what Puffy has to add.
She can deny it all she wants, but I saw her name on the check mailing list right there, Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady, when I was working the mailroom at the Shalom-Nati. So I know.
You got me. Oh man.
Say all she wants, but I know who I was mailing those checks out.
Hey, did you say post office?
And that
you work there?
And that
I said mailroom.
Yeah, it's the same. You're paid by the shows. Come on.
Hey, Puffy, did you see my name in there? Or am I not high enough up on the totem pole?
I saw your paperwork. You got direct deposit. You're one of those new guys. But Diana, she doesn't trust the banks.
Right. I keep my money in my mattress.
Well, yeah, I guess if you were in on the conspiracy, you'd know what the banks are up to. All right. That makes sense. Moving on.
Alrighty then.
Stuff and things. And there's very little stuff and things left. So we're actually in luck. Oh, I'm sorry. It seems like Bo is upset. I'll have to get another video from this fine person. All right, here we go.
Oh, man.
More stuff. Here we go.
Oh. Des, in one of these terrific buildings they like to call colleges.
Oh, no. Did you see that? Pedestrian. Did you see what just happened?
Did he just go over a pedestrian?
Or was it Schrodinger's cat?
I think he just went over a pedestrian. That's awful.
It's a drink for unsafe driving.
What did he?
You bet, Pig.
Did he say there though?
Nothing.
Those terrific buildings known as colleges.
Here, let's.
Oh, come on.
Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah. Lovely.
Terrific buildings they like to call colleges.
Right there. Damn it.
Right there.
Okay, and they like to call colleges. Okay. Yeah, let's see what he says about the colleges. Oh, we got hands up. Puffy, what do you got?
I just like to say that makes me 2 for 2.
Okay. And Diana, what have you to add?
Yeah, last college I knew of that was housed in a single building was the one from which the Elder Hovind got his PhD.
Ah, indeed.
Or what
doctorate?
Was it theology or
No. It was a load of bullshit.
All right.
Diana, I have to correct you. Trailers are not buildings.
The Institute of
Okay,
Creation
I
Research.
stand corrected, Pig.
Okay. And
Isn't the Institute for Creation Research in one building?
Yeah.
But in that case, it's not a college; it's a woo factory.
Oh, that works.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I have this rotation on my computer. I can just look it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the very first sentence of it is "Hello, my name
Hello,
is
my
Ken
name is
Hovind."
Ken.
Hello.
That's not how you
Brilliant.
write a dissertation. That's how you write a third grade note to your parents.
All right. And the conspiracy. What have you to add?
Oh my!
Can we get a drink for the pedestrian he hit with his car?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, in memoriam, definitely.
Yep. There's one for the unsafe driving that Pig called, and one for the actual pedestrian. Our condolences for having to.
Let's raise it.
Was it like a pug?
All right, let us move on. Not much left now. Here we go.
Jeez. When all they are institutions. That's what they are.
They're institutions. What does that statement mean? They're okay.
They're awesome places where you learn stuff about.
Well, an
around us.
institution by definition does not automatically mean something bad. All right, well, let's see what he says.
Pet memories.
All right, I hope everybody's good out there.
Yeah, we're good. Oh,
That was a lot better earlier.
Yeah, I see
about
a
2.5 hours ago.
Yeah, I see a hand up from Puffy. What do you got?
I think that what we couldn't hear in that blip of audio was he said they're mental institutions.
Oh, that is possible.
Indicating that basically they're in there for people that are already insane and or they are going to brainwash people into being insane by giving them the good old frontal lobotomy.
See, now it all makes sense. Okay, all right, very good. And here we go. And I would, by the minuscule amount of this video left, we might get out without any more stupid. Let's see what happens.
All right, thank you so
right.
much.
Drink.
Oh, what? I heard a drink. Somebody say drink. What?
I heard
Safe driving.
a pig drink.
Oh, Pig. What do you got?
Unsafe driving.
God damn it! You're right. You don't miss one instance, do you?
I actually been skipping some.
Ah, you are okay. You are now our safety officer. All right.
It's quite observant. I'll have to give him that much.
That's it. Congratulations. Survival. You have all survived this nonsense. Woohoo! Yay, you.
It's over?
That's it.
Wait,
That's
hold
it.
on. It's only 2:30 a.m. We gotta watch another video.
We have to.
We generally, well, actually, no, we don't. But
I don't know. Do we have another 3 or 4 minutes?
Spirit.
Don't do that. No.
Spirit.
all right, there's that, and let's see. Tornado. Do I need to mute you too? No. Okay. Here's where we're not doing Spirit for now. Spirit is 1 hour and 28 minutes long.
Spirit.
Hey, now that's enough of that.
Do that to me. I've been awake for about 47 and a half hours now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The dumbness will put him into a coma. Let's do it. Help Bo
Yeah.
get itself.
Yeah, that's yeah, and we're not starting an hour and a half. You know what? Maybe we could skip the wheel and just go, because it's going to get old. We've missed Spirit Science 3 weeks in a row or 2 weeks in a row by the wheel.
In that case, we don't even need the wheel. Then we can just take it. Pick it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Why don't we set that one up for next week? We will do Spirit Science's nonsense because
That's cheating.
It's both.
That'll give us all time to study it.
Indeed, it's like a double feature all in one. It'll be
That's cheating.
It'll be that patch nonsense. Well, no, it's not. It depends on the show. I mean, we introduced the wheel so we'd have a little variety, but we don't want that video to get old, because some of these salient facts and data that it's going to include might no longer be
If you
relevant.
don't want it to get old, let's grab it while it's fresh.
Yeah,
And
that's
an hour and a half of torture right now.
yeah. We're not. Yeah, we can't start an hour and a half video now. That would be unwise. So anyway, we do have a few hands. It seems. Okay, Bo, what do you got?
Yeah, well, it was mentioned earlier. Kent Hovind's so-called dissertation, actually, yeah, submitted in Pensacola, Florida, May 25th, 1991. Dissertation for Doctor of Philosophy in Christian Education.
Aha.
In other words, not a real doctorate.
Yeah.
Or a
You
real
think?
education.
Or a real dissertation. I mean, it's just wow. My mom and dad supplied the computer for this work to be done on. That's literally the first paragraph. The dedication page.
Aha. Lovely.
My wife has been put up with me reading well into the night many times. Oh man. Fond memories of reading this whole thing. Dang.
Yeah.
I need to read it and just do a point-by-point debunk of it.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I have it on Google Chrome. I have it downloaded and saved onto my freaking hard drive.
Yeah, your computer suffers from the same problem I have.
Question, Sai, should I actually do that for my first debunk?
That wouldn't be a bad idea. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. All right. Let us see. We have additional... Pig! Pig's got the hoof up. Pig, what do you got?
Can we move on to the stupid?
There's no more stupid. We've run out of stupid. The only thing to move on to is plug and pug time.
We have a second video.
I felt cheated.
Well...
I could talk for a while and supply some fresh stupid.
I've known you for a while. You're not capable of stupid. Alrighty. Yeah. I honestly, that was sufficiently stupid and additionally unsafe at the same time. And I am sort of concerned that was not a speed bump that he went over or a pothole.
I am concerned too.
Alrighty.
Unsafe driving, and he potentially hit a pedestrian.
Well, let's not. Okay, that was purely humor. I'm sure it was actually a pothole or something of that sort. I didn't hear any screaming or ow or any of that crap. So,
or at least pot related.
I did. Well, there we go. Possibility. All right. On that note, plug and pug time. Damn it. Y'all know the rules. Anybody that wants to talk about what they're doing on or off the internet, any achievements, activities, interests, whatever, this is your time to shine. Just throw your hands or hooves up, and we'll go down the list. Alrighty. Starting at the top is Mr. Tornado. Tornado, tell us how cool you are, what you do, please.
Hello, my name is Tornado Pelt in a junkyard, or Tornado in a junkyard, depending on whether or not you're doing both of them, or just Tornado Pelt, whichever is easiest for you to remember. I am a changeling who debunks nonsense on the internet every week with my good friend Psystrike and some other cool peeps and guys who do awesome stuff and awesome things. More specifically, I'm hoping to get into my own stupid, so who here thinks that I should debunk Kent Hovind's dissertation one piece at a time?
I like that idea.
Say one if you want to see that, say any other number if you don't want to. And no, I'm not the artist formerly known as Tornado Pelt. I am Tornado Pelt, formerly known as the artist.
Okay. Yeah.
Do make sure that to correct him on his not necessarily his minor grammatical or misspellings, but the major ones. Yeah, make fun of those. Those that could easily have been rectified, since it was proofread by both his wife and that guy that helped him or something.
I'm already seeing tons of ones in the chat flooding it.
Yeah.
They want to see it. They want to see it. So I guess I should start pulling that up
69?
and writing a script.
There we go. That sounds good, and I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that. All right.
And then we could do a movie night on. I'm sorry, Tornado Pelt's review.
Indeed. Alrighty.
But
that's
we would do that without even getting drunk? That would be weird.
All right, moving down the list. Let us see who is next. Oh, it is Diana. Diana, if you would not mind, would you tell us how cool you are and what you do, please? After unmuting.
You're mute, Diana.
Hello.
Or is her computer
she's back.
About to self-detonate
Quiet.
again?
Am I back? Okay.
I just unmuted you.
Welcome back.
Oh, I didn't have that participants thing up, so I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm fine then. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady. How the heck are you? I have a little talk show Sundays at noon Eastern, which is called Coffee with Lavender.
Mm-hmm.
And coming up in about, let's see, 9.5 hours. Oh my God, I've got to get some sleep between now and then.
Probably a good idea.
I have, as my special guests, May Bowen and Jenny Hoyt of the channel. If I could just remember what the channel's name was, that'd be fine.
Nuanced Nonsense.
There you go. Thank you. I knew you'd give me a hand. And we will be talking about the various sights and sounds of transitioning in various places and times. And then at the evening tomorrow, I will be on your channel, and we will sort of have a continuation of the discussion. So this ought to be a whole bunch of fun, just in time for Pride Month and everything. And I'd like to see all of you there if you don't mind coming over. It proves to be a pretty good show. And I will thank you very much then. I will say, thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, Diana, happy Pride Month.
I thank you, dearest. I thank you. It's an interesting Pride Month, to tell you the absolute truth. The only thing I don't like about it is that garbage going on in Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah. It makes me sad, very sad.
Indeed. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Diana.
Check Discord.
Check Discord.
Who
Checking.
checks Discord?
There's nothing to.
But he does that.
I see nothing to check. I don't see anything. Last thing I got is the picture you put up. Huh. All right. Well, we'll get back to that. In the meantime, Puffy, would you mind telling us how cool you are and what you do?
I'm just a regular guy. I'm averagely cool, but just wanted to say that of course, pump my channels that I like to pump, Lavender Lady and RJ. But speaking of RJ, but as me and RJ we've talked about it off and on, but trying to get this political hour, tentatively called the political hour, right, going. Probably it'll be, if it's okay with him, on Mondays. But what we'll basically be talking about is politics, what's going on, source methods, where these actual arguments are coming from, and stuff like that. Also, where the propaganda that sometimes is used is where it's coming from. And we'll have all kind of interesting guests on, probably more often than not. Probably going to have like Lavender Lady on, because she's, I don't know if you've ever seen her on Twitter, but she's got her finger on the politics pulse in America. She keeps her little finger on there, just like RJ.
Well, I just wish I could afford to run for Senate, but
and she will badger her local representatives, so she's a good constituent. But and from hearing this hangout, probably going to try to hit up Jen because she sounds like she's definitely got her finger on the political pulse too.
Sure does.
It'll definitely be a demonetized channel 100% of the time because we know YouTube. So we may end up getting some kind of Patreon together if it turns out to be that we need some kind of funding. But that's
by all means, get a Patreon. Definitely.
We're gonna have that going for here soon. So
I don't charge friends much.
There you go.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. We're Danger Puffy. Who is next? Pig, my friend. Please tell us how cool you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Pig. I'm a producer for the Shills, and I have a very special stream tomorrow with a couple friends of mine, Steve McRae and Bullinator, with the Slippery Slip Show, going on a memory journey of the good times.
So I take it non-set.
Good times are cool.
Yep.
I like good
My
times.
bad. I almost slipped it.
Alrighty.
Nice of you to catch it, so that was cool.
That's Pig. What happened to your voice? Alrighty.
What?
Alrighty. Anyway. Anything additional, Pig?
Oh, no, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. And let us... yes?
Watch for a very special video coming out debunking a particular idiot.
Alrighty, looking forward to that.
Is it out already?
Very good.
No.
Let us see.
Hey, Sai, what about the live stream?
What about the live stream?
The ARC thing?
Well, it will be out tomorrow depending on how a particular call goes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, looking forward to see what occurs. Alrighty.
Wait a minute, is that what...
He's talking about two different things. Pig's got a
I thought so.
Pig says he's got a special. It's a mystery video until it's if and when it's produced. Apparently, is that right, Pig?
Yeah, essentially, individual called me a particular allegation, and I'm gonna push his shit in depending on a special call tomorrow.
All right. Well, interested to see how that works out. All right. And moving down the list. And the conspiracy. If you would not mind, please tell us how cool you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Jay from End the Conspiracy. My channel is based around kind of what we did here tonight, just taking videos and knocking them down and showing the actual truths on them. I also do some satirical stuff where I go into the mind of a flat earther and debunk other people's videos. Like I've done one on GE, the Creaky Finder, and Fight the Flat Earth. And on Saturdays, I've started a stream where I'll take anywhere from 8 to 10 conspiracies on one subject, get a bunch of people together, and we talk them out. The last 3 weeks, I've had Diana, May Bowen, and Jenny Hoyt all on. So that's been, and tonight we had Natcha Witness on. So
are you going to get me on there or no?
Well, I absolutely, if you want.
Sure, I'm up for anything.
Alrighty, this sounds good.
Watched it when you say that. You couldn't pick up on that.
Yeah, look around you. Remember the group you're actually in.
Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to Pig because the Shills had me on earlier today promoting my stuff, and I really appreciate it.
Hey, I was on a part of that because not in a good mood.
Fonzie?
Well, it was still your channel.
Alrighty. Well, very good. Well, thank you. And let's see. Anybody else? RJ, why isn't your hand up?
Oh, because everybody knows the routine. I mean, if you haven't figured it out by now.
Buy his frickin' book.
Yeah, buy my books.
Buy multiple copies.
Indeed.
Yes.
They make great gifts.
Send them out to your friends. If you can't stand a creationist, force them to read Evolution Slam Dunk, and they will hate you even more.
Send them to Ken Ham. It would be a great joke. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, and donate, buy copies and donate them to your library. That's
you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, by the way.
That is an excellent idea.
Speaking of books.
Yes.
I actually found a book at my local library, since we're on that topic, about a certain scientist talking about how he ended up in a debate with a certain creationist. I debated Bill. Did you know I debated Bill Nye? I did, you know. I debated Bill Nye.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, my voice suddenly changed to suit that of an Australian nut job. And so apparently there's a book on Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Or Bill Nye talking about how creationism doesn't hold water, which is just awesome.
Great choice of words.
Ham's written rebuttals to Bill Nye. They get into all sorts of little hissy fits there.
Indeed. All right.
You know,
I debated Bill Nye.
I wish that Nye never would have debated Ken Ham, because my understanding that actually helped him build the Ark.
Well, it did give him some undeserved credibility. It did give him some undeserved credibility. And
It did get a lot of extra donations from it. It could have been a more effective debate if Nye had known more about the subject before he came into it. But Josh Rosenthal of the NCSE kind of had to give him a crash course in Ken Hamisms, but that's no a substitute for really being aware of what his arguments are. And Nye is not really a source methods guy. So all of the colossal stupidity that's just lying out there to be exposed from the source methods direction isn't if you don't go to that person's data field.
And it is a bit disappointing. I mean, Bill Nye is an awesome science communicator towards kids, but I do not think that he would, do a good job at that debate at all. He was. I'm not going to call him weak, but he was. He wasn't aggressive enough, so to speak.
Right.
I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he was soft. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see Neil deGrasse Tyson debate him. Although I can remember from an interview that he would never interview Ken Ham.
Tyson also isn't coming at this from a source methods direction. He would
but he does have
the
more
physics science of it. That'd be fine. But everybody, so long as you forget that undercurrent basement of how people construct their own arguments, you're basically leaving them a faulty foundation that all you need to do is to rattle it and it falls apart before you get to the data field.
Yeah, and when he was on my show, Aaron mentioned that was supposed to be him at Bill Nye's podium.
Yeah, and it was a last minute thing where they had to change the stuff.
Well, it was basically Ham didn't want Aaron there.
I doubt
Can
he'd
you
ever
see
debate.
why?
Say again?
Can you see why?
Oh, of course I can.
Because if you think about what Aaron did to Ken, think about what he would do to Ham. It'd be a war crime.
Maybe so. All right, and RJ, maybe your Patreon in the public chat would be handy.
Yeah, I put my WordPress.com.
Oh, that's got all of them.
Yeah, you can find links to the books. And if you like fiction, get Paralogs of Phileas Fogg. You all need a vacation from 2019. That's suspense mess.
Yeah.
So you can escape to 1872 and see dangerous submarines and flying airships and the thing in the box in Chicago, and it's fun.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I do have to order your 2 books. I want to get them for myself for my birthday, which is coming up in a little more than a month.
But that library idea is perfectly feasible because most every library will allow donations of that type. So
yeah, I had not even thought of that. Thank you for saying.
So if you have a library on there, say, hey, there it is, and donate it. Anyone who wants their autographed copy, send it to me with the postage and that, so I can send it back to you, and I will be more than happy to sign it.
Yeah, it would be really nice for my local library because they really need books. In my own stacks, I have more books than they do.
Oh my.
Oh dear, Doorknob said, when data field, whenever RJ says that, it kind of makes me horny. Hopefully Karis will not say that because it'll just drive him completely into puddle land.
Oh, say it, Karis, say it.
Karis. Oh my.
I'll give you a heads up. I'm still working on the second Fogg novel. and also
RJ, what book am I supposed to be reading for your audiobook?
well, it was suggested the idea that you would be reading the Evolution Slam Dunk. That was
RJ,
Yeah.
could you just write some very, very foggy books for Karis to have recorded as audiobooks for us?
I want an autographed copy
it's-
of that
the
one.
first book is all about Phileas Fogg, so it's foggy right there.
There you go. Problem solved.
And there's a delightful little fight involving electric guns and such in a foggy stretch down by Chertsey in the second Fogg novel that I've done.
Oh, I hope there'll be some good method acting too.
Oh, yes. And you don't want to know what happens when you jostle the watch.
Ah, okay. Now we have something to go looking for. Alrighty.
It's not just a watch, you know. Just as Passepartout's comb is not just a comb.
Well, what kind of world would it
But
be
it's
if it
not
were?
a Dick Tracy watch, I hope.
Oh, no, much more interesting than that. But it does tell very meticulous time and is always set on Greenwich time. But it's doing more than just tell time.
Well, hey, there are only 2 time zones that makes sense.
Hey, RJ,
BST
can we
and GMT.
I just want to say, can that watch do some da 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 da?
Actually, I'll say this: neither the comb nor the watch are weapons. But as you'll find out in reading the first Fogg novel and in others, things which don't seem to be weaponry can still be used in many extraordinary and unusual ways. And so you have to change your definition of things. So anyway, I'm teasing a few people in there to go and buy my damn books.
Oh, yeah. I think
you could also disguise Aaron as a Klingon. That would work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it wouldn't take much time either.
Fuck me.
RJ, has the Phineas Fogg character become a public domain thing like Sherlock Holmes?
I sure hope so. Otherwise, they'll be suing me. Ironically, I mean, you called him Phineas Fogg. I kind of play off the fact that Phileas Fogg is probably a pseudonym in the Byrne novel, and he, in my storyline, has a whole slew of other names that he goes by as he's got separate properties and bank accounts all over the place. And one of the ones is Phineas Brouillard. Where I'm actually playing off the fact that everybody mispronounces his name as Phineas. And Brouillard is French for fog.
Yeah. Hey, you know, RJ, if you find yourself in trouble, you could always change his name to Billy Frog. Or something.
Oh, well, he has to
just
flip
mix it
around
up a
all
bit.
the time. And Thomasina Maker, you'll meet in the novel as well. She's got to move her digs because Illinois is starting to build up way too much. So she shifts her little space where she keeps the Kestrel, the minor atomic-powered rocket plane that she has in 1872.
Atomic-powered rocket plane.
Yeah,
RJ, are you sure this is a Phileas Fogg novel and not some sort of power fantasy involving going around the world in 80 days?
Meanwhile,
both of those are together. I mean, it's don't you know where to get uranium in 1872?
We got hands.
It's easily.
meanwhile, in the
it's easily
side chat, they're debating whether or not a turnip can turn into a pumpkin.
Indeed.
Oh.
All right.
Of course they can.
On that note, we let us. Well, thank you for that, RJ. Let us move down the list.
Shut up, RJ.
No, not at all. Jen, if you would not mind, please tell us how cool you are and what you do, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm kind of cool today. It's a little chilly. The cold front came through and the windows are open, so it's not so bad. But Diana did not mention that I will be on her show tomorrow at Eastern Time. I will be representing the veterans end of that whole science.
Jen is a last minute addition, definitely.
Comparing what the folks of today are going through with those of us a generation and a half ago went through. It should be very interesting. It's going to be my first official YouTube interview. So all you guys
were in
who
my
are
mind
out
originally as a guest, and somehow I wasn't able to get a message to you. But
Diana, let me finish the promo, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so all you guys out in the chat, if you want to see me either completely fall on my face and destroy Diana's show, or do a good job, come and watch tomorrow. Let's have a popping of the cherry together, so to speak.
All right. Oh, looking forward to that show. Very good, very good. All right, and it seems
everybody come on by.
Indeed, and it seems Pig has the hoof up. Do you have something to add, sir?
Yeah, I forgot to say go subscribe to Marvel Girl.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. And you know what I'll do? I will even place into the side chat the link to watch that show.
Yay!
Second, and we'll have it.
All righty. Let's see.
We're hoping for 5,000 viewers, so get your tickets early.
Okay.
Oh man, wouldn't I love it?
You know, I don't like getting tickets, especially not parking tickets. I mean, they cost about $100 as a standard. I don't like those.
Bo, you get a free one.
Actually, it would scare the hell out of me to have that many viewers, but it's beside the point.
You always get free parking tickets. You just have to pay the fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you get them from your police, you could consider it as a gift. I mean, it's yellow paper, I think so. Yeah.
So, right. And
Why is that dude still on screen? That's miserable.
Because because the plug section is joining on. Because we're dragging out the plug section because of the short chat. It's nice. I like talking to you folk.
Yeah, and let me fix the title of the show, by the way, because there's a name short on it.
All right.
We can't have short names.
Diana, you can use my Discord name.
Oh.
Alrighty, I believe we covered everybody that wanted to do a plug. I think that leaves but one thing to do for this show.
Bring on the plug.
Bring on the plug.
Bring
Indeed.
on the possum.
Indeed. Absolutely.
Let's see the pug plug the possum with something hard and see him, kick his butt.
Wake up, Bo. You're having a dream. Okay, here we go. Good night, all.
Couldn't we use a picture of the pug with the Jesus on his back end?
Oh.
Ask Jeepus.
Cute little pug.
Indeed.
We can never hear the music in here when it runs.
Yeah, I know. That's the
fix that side. You need to set it on the monitor so we can hear it.
Yeah.
Well, no. The reason is a compressor.
Ho! Wait a minute. Mistake. We switched to all of somebody turn off your audio there. Mistake.
What did you do now?
Mistake. Absolutely. Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
You broke it.
I broke it. God damn it. Wrong X. We're starting that over again. Everybody, thanks for showing up. It's been fun and cool and stuff like that.
Yeah, but feel free to blame all the errors on Bob.
Yes, indeed.
Why you're afraid of me producing this show? So
Let's try it again. Okay, I just want to hear the song again.
Are we supposed to hear it, Si?
Well, because of the compressor limiter in the software, we can't. As long as we talk.
We just have to wait for the recording.
In the meantime, I'm currently destroying a mountain for something interesting.
Oh boy, because wasn't the case the last time we were able to hear this, we weren't able to hear each other.
Yeah, it's gone worse for some reason. I'm guessing that, Sai, you didn't make any changes at all. It was just
hail outside. It's hailing outside.
Terrace, be ready to go in the basement if you ever have to.
Did you be ready to go in the basement?
Yeah, you know what?
Bring the logs and chain.
I think Mr. P has a point.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's a disturbingly low drink count. God damn, he's right.
Oh, you're all.
My bills be ended at 2 p.m.
You're all free to drink more.
Alright, I call another drink. I call a drink for unsafe possum.
I call a drink for unsafe pedestrian.
Unsafe possum.
That's already dead.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the teeth. Those teeth should have had those cork. Those cork. What do you call them? Plugs on them.
Not to worry.
Wine corks.
Look at that evil eye, Bo.
Not to worry. Most of the time, it's just for display.
Yeah. I mean, enraged possum descending on the flat Earth guy from the back seat of his Honda.
Yeah, I mean,
to be a raccoon, not a possum.
Yeah, I mean, for those who do not know about the possums at all, they look very scary, and they're really not. They're just very ugly. Not their fault, but
Agreed. And they're not. And the poor things are just so dumb. I feel sorry for them.
Terry!
Almost flat earther dumb. Almost.
I like to point out that Terry just got 23 drinks.
This was, yeah.
Oh, Bill. Jeez.
6-minute film or some shit like that.
Oh my. Oh my.
Hey, Tornado, look at the live chat.
Oh,
No. Oh yeah, indeed. All right. Thanks everybody. Good night. See you next time.
Good morning. Yeah.